Blah, blah. I'm kidding. What's up? What's up? AW Aaron Ward. What's up, guys? How are y'all doing today? I'm better than yesterday. What is it? What did I just see? How are y'all doing? Hope to see you in the chat, guys. I do. Yeah, we'll start about a little earlier. You know, I said 10 o'clock. So I start about 8 minutes ahead of time. I'm prepared. I'm ready. Hopefully, hopefully you'll come join me. I think, yeah, I think I expect people today. A lot more than last night. So, okay, make sure to like, let me do this. Let me do this. Did I spell it right? There we go. There we go. I spelled it right. Subscribe is spelled right. Okay, I think I did spell it right this time. All right. All right. All right. So I don't know. I don't know what plans I have for this weekend. This was going to be a Saturday show, but I moved it to today. This was supposed to be yesterday, but now it's being moved to now tonight. That you all know ahead of time. Okay, we're gonna go over Grace Randolph. All right, what we're gonna talk about? What was the title of her video? Okay, title of her video: DC Steals, James Gunn, Superman, and Matt Reeves Batman. DCU merge breakdown, which are not merging, by the way. They're not merging. Okay, let you all know they're not merging. All right. Unlikely means most likely not happening. All right. So where's everybody, man? Oh yeah, it's gonna go up for sure. All right. I'm just waiting for a friend to come on. He has a story to tell, a very interesting story to tell that he wants that he that was kind of scary for him. Life, uh, Hey, Axel. No, no, no. Kind of scary for him, friend. I'm waiting for him, the friend, to come on. If he's around. If he's around. Because I know he's not going to be on tomorrow. Right? Then we're going to get to the video. This video. 24 minutes long. 24 minutes long. I hope. So I hope he does come on. 56K is here. Yeah, 56. I'm waiting for Blinded. I'm waiting for Blinded because we're supposed to do the stream together, and he has a story to tell too that I wanted to hear. I think everybody else wants to hear it too. But I'm waiting for him to come on. Come on, Blinded. It's okay. Don't worry about the getting my name wrong. Okay? But where is this Blinded? Where is Blinded? He's the one I moved the stream to today because of him. And he is not here. And where is Red? Where's the grass and everybody else? TJ, where are you, buddy? All right, I don't know. Okay, here's our good friend Grace Randolph. I'll wait. I'll wait till I'll start this. I'll start this and wait till he comes. So, Bing bong. I like that. Bing bong. I try to play Marvel Rivals and I suck. Yeah, you gotta practice. You gotta practice, man. Yeah, I'm tired of it too, but I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about to, to I gotta talk about and call these people out. I just have to and let people know. You need to put 2,000 hours into Overwatch. I don't even know what blind it is. Okay.
Matt Reeves have decided to wait to make the ultimate decision until they see how Superman performs at the box office. How does it have for them to agree to work together? Well, I would say it just has to match the Batman's box office.
I don't think. I don't think that's called. I don't think that's the case, Grace. Okay, Grace.
Office, which was 772 worldwide. And then I think they will merge. And 772 is a very
Once again, she relies on box office. Everything her point is about box office. Why will require more knowledge? Well, I don't know what blind it is. He's the one who originally went. He's the one that wanted to come on today. I sent an invitation. He could talk to you about rivals.
very reasonable goal. That's the same range as Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy movies, if not a scooch lower. So I don't know how happy David Zaslav would be with that number. I don't know exactly what David Zaslav expects from James Gunn. I think I would expect him to perform as he has historically, which is
Yeah, James Gunn. Well, duh. He saw his. He saw TJ. So yeah, he saw how his Guardians of the Galaxies are good. His movies are good. His Suicide Squad movie did well for limited release. Um, he's betting on the man, and the guy obviously him and Saffron laid out a detailed plan for the DCU. What they think will work. Work. Okay. What else is Azov? He saw the previous regime or the multiple regimes that tried was not working. It was a mess. She smoked blowing. Yeah, she does crack.
in the 800 million range. And, as long as they kept that.
Grace, when somebody says unlikely, this is unlikely to happen. Unlikely is not a definite 100% no, but unlikely is definitely is it's in the 90% range. Okay, unlikely most it really means yeah, it's not gonna happen. Likely not gonna happen. Okay, okay, okay. Grace, you gotta understand that. Okay, they're not merging the two. The way Matt Reeves gets stuff done, you think James Gunn has the patience for that in his DCU? Like Matt Reeves is a very patient man. Okay, he's a very patient man. That's obvious. No, Warner Bros. Has movies this year. No, Warner Bros. Does have movies this year. I don't think you've been paying attention then, Kevin. Warner Bros. Has movies this year. One movie comes out very soon in April, which I don't think is going to do well. Okay, I think if the trailer is better and the stuff look better, I think Minecraft. I said Minecraft a year or two ago, hitting see Minecraft being developed in the film. I'm like, yeah, Minecraft could do well. Minecraft is one of the most popular games, and I'm like, yeah, me and Blind, they're like Minecraft, yeah, that could do well. Then I saw the trailers, even the recent trailer. I'm like, I don't know. That's what Warner Brothers. They haven't abandoned the entire film. I think they're still high on Minecraft. I'm not high on Minecraft. That movie comes out in a couple months, April, right? Yeah. Okay. I would have said Minecraft was gonna be big. I was, I thought that when I heard it was announced, I'm like, okay, how are they gonna do this? How are they gonna do Minecraft? Like, how could they do Minecraft? I'm like, I'm thinking Minecraft could be big, could be big. It's just that I don't know how they could adapt it. Then I'm like, the trailers, no, I don't know. No, I don't think we'll do well. It's scary. I think Warner Bros. Has other movies this year. Let me check. It's not DC related. Okay, let me 2025. Mickey 17. Okay, 2025. Just look at 2025. Sinners. Sinners. I think they're high on Sinners. Working Man. I know that movie. Degrassi has talked about Working Man. The Accountant. I think they're high on Accountant. I don't know if they're high on. Oh, here's the movie they're high on. The, yeah, they're high on Superman because it's DC. But let's be honest. F1. F1. F1 comes out this year, right? F1 is going to try to beat Warner Bros. F1, the Brad Pitt movie. That's going to be their award. That's going to be the movie they're going to push for awards. That's what I think. I think F1 by Warner Brothers is the movie they're gonna push for award season, like Oscars, Golden Globe, SAG, whatever. I think that's the movie they're banking on to win awards. Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, nobody knows anything. Not one person in the entire motion picture field knows for certainly what's going to work. Yeah. Okay, Working Man's Amazon distributed by Warner Bros. So it's not a Warner Bros. Production. And same with F1. It's produced by Apple Studios. Apple Studios, but distributed by Warner Brothers and Apple Original Films. I still think F1, whether it's Apple or Warner Brothers, I still think that's a movie that's gonna be pushed for award season. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Uh
That budget reasonable. I think that for a start, it would be better than Man of Steel's debut, which kicked off the Snyderverse. So I would feel comfortable if I were Matt Reeves joining forces with that kind of box office.
Matt Reeves doesn't seem like the type of man that's concerned about money, greed. He seems like the kind of man that hurts. I know it's Chuck Six and novel. I was gonna say that on a stream last night, on a friend's stream. Matt Reeves is not. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If James Gunn asks Matt Reeves or forces Matt Reeves, yeah, we're gonna move Robert Pattinson's Batman. I think Matt Reeves is. I think he's gonna want to be. I think he's gonna want to leave. I think he's gonna want to leave DC Studios. I think it's gonna be like, nope, nope. I like you, James Gunn, but we really like creative differences. Okay, I don't think he would have it. I don't think he'd be up for that. Matt Reeves seems like the type of guy that is not willing to be bossed around like that. Okay, James Gunn seems like the type of director that the type of guy in charge that seems like as I have Degrassi a long time ago, buddy. Degrassi. I accepted it back in 2022. Okay, before the DCU was ever created. Okay, I have. Not Jeffrey Snyder. Yeah. Well, Jeff Snyder, and John Volka were bashing on James Gunn, and they were yesterday. They were bashing on James Gunn, and now the Snyder just has a smug look every time. Every time, like he's very smug. And now he says like he's heard that Kerry Culkin might be in the running for Clayface. Okay, he just has that smug look, like I'm better than you attitude, and he says, "Yeah, I got a lot of things. I got a couple things right in the last 12 hours, but you got major things wrong too." But I accepted the fact, like I accepted the fact that Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman is not going to be the DCU's or whatever, or before the DCU was ever a thought, an idea. I never believed it for a second.
What do you think Superman has to reach to warrant? I mean, some of you are so against Matt Reeves joining James Gunn's cinematic universe. What kind of success for Superman would make you feel comfortable with
But let me finish that. Let me.
saying, okay, let's do it?
Grace. Jeff Snyder. Okay, he mentioned Kerry Culkin, and then him and Woke are like, yeah, this guy's been nominated for Oscars. Best Supporting Actor. For Real Pain, right? The Jeffrey Eisenberg. He has Kevin. He has Saffron for that, and he has people. He has people that he's not doing this by himself. But he says Jeff Snyder was giving that like yeah like an Oscar nominated actor is gonna take the role of a Clayface in a 40 million budget movie. A guy because Kerry Culkin's been he won awards for the Real Pain movie, right? And Jeff Snyder's like, yeah, I heard him in the running, but he's like, I don't know, yeah, this guy's gonna be in a $40 million budget movie, and I'm like, yeah, Degrassi, yeah. And then I'm like, dude, actors do low budget movies all the time. 40 million is not a low budget movie, okay? Golden award nominated actors, Oscar winning nominated actors, Golden Globe actors do movies that are 30, 20, 10 million budget movies, okay? All the time. James McAvoy, he mentioned James McAvoy too, Radcliffe and Kerry Culkin. Kerry Culkin's the new name he mentioned last night. But I'm like, Seth Snyder, you're in the fucking industry, but you should know that the top actors are willing to the ones the real top some of the top actors are willing to do 10 million budget films, 20 million budget films, 30 million budget films. All the time. All the time. Real Pain was a Jesse Eisenberg film that he had to find a distributor to buy. It was his own money and stuff. He had to get finances and stuff. No studio was making that film. He had to find production. He had to find a financial finance for that. He had to finance his own to help make that film. They do it all the time. All the time, man. What the hell is that bullshit? Oh, bullshit. Like, Mikey Madison was in a Scream movie. It's probably like 20, 30 million. How much is it Nora? How much is the budget for Nora? Nora wasn't that much. You don't think it's be Harry Potter? My buddy Blind. Oh yeah, we'll get back to Grace, but Blinded, you're alive, buddy. How are you? You have a story to tell. So he has a very not a fun story that you all know. Not a fun story, and he has a Groot avatar. Tell us the story, Blinded.
What the hell's going on? Why is the audio so low?
Oh, I can hear you fine.
For me, it's kind of low. Is it because I have the dual? Hold on. Let me turn this down.
Mm-hmm.
Just weird. It's kind of low.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. All
Can
right.
you guys
Well,
hear
I
me fine?
no, they could probably hear me fine, but I mean what's it called?
Okay.
Like I can't hear you very
Oh,
loudly,
okay.
I
Let
guess.
me. Okay. Okay. Hello. Okay. I think. Hello. Okay. Okay. Let me try this. Okay. that's
Okay,
better. Oof. Is that better?
yeah, that was loud, but yeah, it's getting better.
Okay, yeah, it was loud because I put the volume on my. Yeah, okay. Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah, because I insert my mic, but also I use the mic volume. I put it kind of high also.
Right.
Then I lowered the mic volume on my mic. So yeah, you're good. But uh, tell us your story. By the way, this is we had an
Should
election
I tell
yesterday.
the story or should I wait?
You can
This
tell
is
us.
I
Go
mean
ahead.
it's funny, but at the same time it's not really funny in the moment because and it's also like really bad too. I mean it kind of makes the cops look bad and because it's like I mean the gist of it is I was threatened multiple times and the police didn't do anything about it. And it was because I was working at a poll for elections because we had elections in Ontario,
It's not a
right? Which
premier
we
election.
didn't even fucking need to, right? But
No.
and I was working
Yeah.
as a supervisor, right? So I was managing one of the polls. And I've done it before and I've seen all types of weird people come in, but this was by far the craziest story. I think they've even said they've like, yeah, they've never heard a story like this ever happen. Um, I mean, to be honest, like it should have been on the fucking news, but like
Yeah.
nothing really severe happened, but it could have. The thing is, the reason why nothing happened was because I was the right person
It's not
for
news.
the fucking job. And any other person probably, if anybody else was a supervisor, there would have been a violent outcome. Someone was gonna get hurt.
Oh, you recall?
Um, yeah, I was calm. I've never been as calm in my life before. My heart wasn't even skipping a beat. It was surreal. It was almost like an out of body experience where I just had like levels of calmness like unheard of. It was
Because
absolutely
I
fucking
see people
insane.
look calm on the outside. Because I see people look calm on the outside, but on the inside, they're
Mhm.
nervous. Like they're then. You know.
I'm holding it in for
That's
sure,
good.
but at the same time, I knew the severity of the situation and what was going on. So let me explain what happened. So yeah, as I said, I was working as a supervisor at a voting location in Ontario here, where me and Aaron live. We had elections, right? So basically, I got there early in the morning. I tried to set up everything. Everything was set up the day before. But I came early, set up, and right when the polls open at 9 o'clock. And by the way, yesterday it was snowing heavy, heavy snow,
Yeah.
like you
Yep.
couldn't even see, right? Just to paint the picture, right?
Yep.
Snowing heavy, flurries, you could barely see in front of you, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
9 o'clock the poll opens and I'm at a school, right? And we do it in the gym, right? This is a
Yeah.
common thing across the province they do. So me and the principal talked beforehand. We're like, okay, the principal said, I don't want anybody coming through the door because it's kind of like a security risk, which I agree because I worked at a school before during COVID and people were walking around the school, right? Like people were insanely stupid and they just
Yeah.
were walking around checking out the classrooms when they weren't supposed to, even though there was a security guard at the exit telling them where to go. And I have a joke about that other story event another time. But
Oh, is that when you did
so
the
essentially,
lectures during COVID? Because I did the lectures during
yeah,
COVID too.
yeah, yep.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Continue.
basically, this guy comes in the front door, and the principal tells me, "Hey, this guy looks a little bit off, right? Go check on him, right?" And I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's mentally challenged, maybe there's, he's distressed, whatever it is, right? So I had to go because I was like juggling multiple things, right? I have to, if there's a problem, I have to go and fix it, right? Tell everybody what to do and all that stuff, right? So
Yeah.
So I eventually go over to the guy and I stand in front of him and he just starts berating me. You're a fucking terrible boss. You're this and that. Go fuck yourself. I'm like, this is a hell of a way to greet someone, right? So I'm like, okay, I was taken aback, right? I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So, And the guy, just to paint a picture, right? It was this Indian guy. He's like 6'3", right? I'm 6 foot, right? So he has a little bit on
Is
me,
that
and he's also heavy,
yeah?
right? And I'm pretty big too, but this guy is bigger than me, right? And I'm the only one that is the tallest and the biggest there, right? The security guard, that guy was significantly shorter than me, and he was a skinny guy, right? So this guy, so I'm like, okay, this guy, so I started looking at him, right? And I started looking at him good, and I see red eyes, like eyes were
Oh,
red as fuck. His eyes were watery as hell, and I smelled
yeah,
alcohol. And then he started also, he was slurring his words, right? So I'm like, this guy's drunk and he's on something else, right? So,
yeah.
and because he initiated the conversation, cussing at me, swearing at me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be calm and try to just get him out of here. And if he's not cooperating, I'm gonna call the police, right? So I'm like to him, okay, give me a second, right? And he's like, I need to fucking talk to you and blah blah blah, right? So I'm like, just give me a second. So I go over to tell the security guard, hey, you gotta call the police because this guy, he's drunk and he's not gonna cooperate, right? He's blasted drunk, right? This guy's an alcoholic and he's got issues. If he's drinking 9 a.m. in the morning and he drove here in the
Yeah.
snow, this guy has issues, right? So he's like,
That's
okay, yeah, and I'm
if
like,
he
you got
drove
to
in the
help
snow
me.
and got out. That's
Yeah.
luck, man. Because he
Oh, and
could
by the way,
crash.
he was with his dad. Keep for
Oh, and it's
he was with his dad because his dad and I'm gonna get to it because his dad, I'm gonna stop playing because it's gonna distract me, but he was with his dad and his dad was a short little old man with a beard. He wasn't like super fluent in
gonna do
English,
big
but
things.
he was fluent enough to say some crazy shit. Okay, we'll get into the crazy shit
Oh,
he was telling me. Okay, so this guy, his dad's sitting on the bench, and he's chiming into cussing at me too, right? So after I talk to the security guard, I come
good
in,
dad.
I talk, so I'm standing right here, and he's like, "What's your name? What's your name?" And I tell him, "My name is Jordan." Okay, that's not a dox. I put that out there, right? So I'm like, "My name is
I
Jordan."
think people
And
know
then he's
that.
like, "Jordan, you are the worst supervisor. You are the boss. You're supposed to be the man." And he's like, "You are supposed to be the man." And he starts yelling, right? You didn't provide transportation for people and yada yada, right? And I'm like, first off, one, I didn't tell him this, but I'm like, I was just calm and I just told him, listen, I agree, I'm the worst, I'm the idiot, yada. I didn't like, he was swearing, he was cussing, he was calling me all types of shit, right? Yelling, right? So I was just like, listen, I'll give you the number to the office so you can complain about me, right? And if you have any concerns, right? And he's like, "No, I want to make sure people have transportation and I'm going to be driving people to the polling station because you can't do your job correctly." He's like, "I should be the boss. They should give me the fucking keys to the castle and let me do everything, right?" And I'm like, "Great, right? We need people like you who are going to hold me accountable." That's what I said to him, right? And then he's like, "No, man, like, why are you beating up on yourself, man? You're a good guy. You're just incompetent." And right, so he's going all over the place, right? So I'm like,
You think you're
whatever, right?
competent?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, because he keeps doing this, right? He keeps going back and forth, right? And you'll see eventually what happens, right? So
Is the father not the father
so
drunk
so
too
I'm
or
like, okay,
something?
listen, I'll get you the number, right? So I walk over, and then someone was like, hey, you know, um, you know, this person's the tabulator person, right? They're the person who takes the ballot and puts it in so it counts, right?
Yeah.
Um, that's how the process works. Everything here is electronically. I don't know how it's like in the States, but this provincial, it was, yeah, this is insane. Oh, it gets way more insane. It's not even done yet. We haven't even reached the climax. Okay. So
Oh.
so this guy, so I keep my distance, right? Because I'm not putting my hands on him. And I've done security work, right? So I'm like, I'm not putting my hands on him. I'm trying to keep a distance, but he's getting in my face, right? And I'm just looking at him in the eyes. I'm not yelling. My tone is like I was soft. I try to like lower my voice, and I was talking to him very softly, and I try to be as patient as I could with this guy because if I got even a bit aggressive, My fear was that this guy is such a raging alcoholic. And again, I don't know him, but based on the fact that he's here at 9 a.m. in the morning and it's snowing and he's doing this, he is an
Yeah, that's
aggressive
alcoholic.
person, right? And so I just try to
And he's
be as
drunk
calm and
too,
gentle as
so
possible until, yeah, until the police and the people, because the security guard was worthless. I'm sorry. Like, I was talking to him
it's
after, but like
alcohol is not
everybody
for
was
your
like
eyesight.
saying that what was the point of having a security guard if he's this tiny and then he can't even deal with this big guy? He kept going up to the guy, right? And he was like telling him, "Hey, sir, you're gonna have to leave if you're causing a disturbance." And the guy never said a word to him. He just ignored him. He just kept going
Mm.
after me, right? So I walk
Yeah, because
over.
he wouldn't be threatened by somebody else's size.
Yeah, yeah. So I walk over, and then they're like, they actually do have transportations. Give them the number, right? So I come back, I give him the number, and I'm like, dial this number, and he's like, "Oh, I see what you're doing here. You're trying to fucking escape accountability, man. You're a piece of shit. You know, you should fucking kill yourself, man. Blah blah blah, right?" And I'm like, okay, whatever, right? I'm like, listen, I agree with all the stuff you're saying, right? Blah blah blah, right? And I was just agreeing with him. I was telling him like, yeah, you know what? It's true what you're saying.
Yeah, you
That's
don't
what I was saying
escalate
the entire
things.
time, right? Yeah. So then I'm like, here's a number. He put in the number, and I'm like, you can call this. You can complain if you have any other issues. Let me know, right? And then I'm like, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to vote, right? We're gonna walk over. And no, this guy's not on. This guy's not a security guard. This guy is a voter. The security guard, like I said, the security
No,
guard
no, the
is
security
shorter
guard
than me.
is
He, he's
yeah.
like maybe at most 5'8", but he's a small
Is
guy compared to me.
is
And
the
then
security
this
guy
guy
older or
is bigger
younger?
than me.
Because
He's was older than me, right? Because I'm 24. This guy, when I look, because I have all his information. He gave me all his information because he's coming to vote. This guy, he's like 34, but he's a heavy set guy,
mhm.
tall, right? So like I said, he's about like 6'3". I'm 6 feet. So there's a, a little bit of distance between us, right? But at the same time, it's like, well, one, I'm not taking on this guy because if I touch him, I could get charged, right? There's no real defense laws in Canada. And you're about to see how crazy this shit gets, right? Because the shit he was saying, apparently, according to the police, they couldn't do anything. Okay. And I'm confused, right? So anyway, so I try to get him to vote. I'm like, come on, let's vote, right? So he starts going over, and then he's like, no, fuck this, right? No, fuck this, right? And he sits down. He sits down and he starts shaking and shit. And he's like, give me a moment, right? And he's like, I need a moment to think about what I'm going to do next to you, Jordan. And he yells this out for everybody to hear. By the way, the public is
Oh,
also in here too. So I'm like,
hmm
holy shit, right? I'm like, holy shit, right? So I walk away and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to walk to him, right? But one of my, the other people I was working with, who was working the tabulator, she walks over and she's a short lady, walks over and because she wanted to see like what was going on, like why was this guy acting this way. Then she saw him and how fucked up he was, and then she just walked away, right? She's like, no, I'm not doing this. So I'm like, okay, he threatened me, but I'm gonna go and sit beside him to calm him down because he is about to burst, right? And I'm mostly at I'm the target, right? So I put some distance in between us, and he's sitting on a bench, and I sit beside him, and I tell him, "Hey, everything's gonna be okay, man." And I shit you not, he starts breaking down crying, right? He starts breaking down crying, and he's like, "I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to say all this stuff to you," and blah blah blah. So this guy's fucked. He's totally fucked, right? So I'm like, it's okay, man. I know you didn't mean anything, right? And I'm just like, look, life's tough and all this shit like that. And he's like, yeah, you're a good guy, man, and
he definitely
and
needs
blah blah
help.
blah. He kept
You could
going.
tell.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So then I'm like, okay, I got him to calm down. I talked with him for a little bit, and I'm like, hey, let's go to vote, right? You're here to vote. You had issues with me, and I want to show you that, hey, despite you having issues with me, we can work things out, right? So then he's like, yeah, okay, great. The moment we got up, dude, the guy flipped again. He got up right when we're both getting up at the same time. He goes, "Get the fuck back! Get the fuck back!" So I just stopped, right? I'm like, okay, okay. The guy fucking, he's all over the place, right? So he creates some distance, like, "Get the fuck back!
Yeah.
Get the fuck back!" So I'm like, okay, okay, right? So I'm like, look, I'm not moving. I'm not gonna move, right? Just go over there, right, to one of the ladies, right? And I was moving there toward her to protect her, right? So I was like, okay, let him process the vote, right? Just because we're supposed to show ID, I'm like, just don't show the fucking shit, right? Um, because at this
Yeah.
point, I'm not. It doesn't even matter, right? And they're who cares if I'm breaking procedure? It's a fucking fucked up situation anyway, right? So I'm like, just scan his shit, get him in, get the fucking ballot so he can fucking sign, right? So I'm like, okay, fine.
And get out as soon as
So
possible.
so
Yeah.
he so he's doing that, and then I get a call from the office, right, for something else. So so I step away. I talk to the guy. I'm like, hey, there's a situation. I'll call you back later, right? So I hang up the phone, come back, and then yeah, it's 100% drugs. It's drugs and alcohol, right?
Now it's
Because I
drugs for
smelled
sure.
alcohol on him. But he's on something else too. Now I
No.
didn't mention his
Yeah.
dad. His dad was, bro. He was a Looney Tunes character. He was hopping off the walls. He was sticking out his
What?
tongue, and he was going, "I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm a Canadian citizen. I need a vote, right? I need a vote. I need a vote." He doesn't. You could tell he doesn't. Like English is not his first language, right?
No, no. He's
So,
probably from. He's
so
probably not
he's
born
the
here.
dad is like a cartoon character, sticking out his tongue, running around in circles, doing all types of fucking nutty shit, right? So, so I'm like, okay, okay, what, right? I don't even care about the dad, what he's doing, right? Because he's by the son anyway. He's just fucking running around doing weird shit, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just focusing on the guy. So anyway, after I come off the phone, and the guy is like crying. He's looking at me and he's crying, and he's like, Jordan, tell me the fucking truth. Did you call the police? Now, technically, I did not call the police. The security guard did. We already did that way ahead of time, right? And time is going by, right? This is a fucking long situation, or at least it felt
Yeah. The
fucking long.
police probably took their time.
Oh yeah, they did. I'll get to that. So I'm like, okay. Then he starts going, if you don't get the fuck back, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
That's the
stay
thing.
here, right? I'm gonna stay here. And he's like in mode, he's in this mode where he's about to lunge. So I'm like, okay, listen, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna stay here. I'm allowing you to vote. So he goes off, and he goes, strikes out, and he's like yelling as he's moving, right? Get the fuck back or I'm gonna kill you. Get the fuck back or I'm gonna kill you. And his dad's like, get the fuck back, get the fuck back. That's what his dad is doing, right? So I walk on the other side of the gym. He's on the other side of the gym, yelling across the fucking gym, saying this shit, right? And I'm like, listen, I'm already back here, right? So I go to my desk, I sit down, and he's looking at me, and then he goes to now hand in the vote, right? Now here's the thing, right? Bad luck occurs because for whatever reason, two ballots were stuck together. Now, this is something that actually is common because of the material, right? And it's not a big deal because the machine doesn't accept two ballots at once. So once it
No.
detects it, it says it shoots it out, and basically it says two ballots and you have to pull them apart, right? So you pull it apart, and or well, he goes to I'm jumping the gun. He goes now to the tabulator to get the vote, and the tabulator lady puts it in, and then it says it's two votes. So she explains to him, hey, it's two votes. And he goes, I fucking knew it. You guys are committing voter fraud, and Jordan's this, Jordan's that. Fuck Jordan, blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
You're the reason
okay.
why he's
Right. So
crying.
I'm like, okay. Right. So I'm like,
All the
okay.
problem
Right.
with you.
So yeah, he only had the problem with me. Right.
I'm sorry.
And I haven't even done anything to this guy. I've been as gentle and calm as possible. Right. And so she tells him, hey, listen, it's too bad. It's not a big deal, right? It's not voter fraud. That's not how that works, right? And then she puts it in and she goes,
Yeah.
look, it counted the vote. This ballot now we will take back and it'll be used for somebody else, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna try to get that second ballot. And the dad pops up, grabs it, and goes, no F word, F slur. Calls me an F slur. Okay. I'm not saying it on stream
Oh,
for Aaron's thing. He calls me Essler. So then I'm like,
I know who
he's
you're
like,
talking about.
I'm using this as proof. This is going to be proof. This is going to be proof, right? By the way, the dad didn't
Oh,
even
they're
vote,
trying to
right?
expose. You're expose
He's not
everything.
even supposed to do that, right? Um,
No, it's
but he
against the
puts it in
law.
his pocket, and I let him. I just let him because at that point, I'm like, if I do anything, I get anywhere. He's already fucking threatening me, right? So then eventually they end up moving and then they leave. And the security guard makes them leave. And he's cussing at me while he's leaving and he's like, you were worthless and I should have fucking done your job and you're blah blah blah. And I'm like, next time I'll recommend you, right? Okay, so then he leaves and then 20 minutes later then the cops show up, right? And I explain the cops everything and they're like, yeah, we can't charge him. It wasn't a direct threat. And I'm like, but he said he's gonna kill me. And he's like, yeah, we can't do anything.
That's a direct threat.
I'm like, I have
The
his,
guy said, yeah, they
I
could have
have
done
his,
something. The
it's
guy,
not fighting over votes. This is not fighting over votes.
no,
This guy is drunk.
if the
This
guy
has
just
nothing to
drunk,
do with
the
the,
guy,
voting.
yeah.
The guy's drunk. Yeah, he's
See,
messed
they
up
could.
out of his mind, right?
The guy is drunk.
So,
Yeah, he's definitely on drunk and on drugs. If he's messed up
yeah,
on
he's
drugs
not, so yeah, because he's
and he's
rambling, like I
drunk,
said, because I
pretending to kill
think
someone, they
50,
could have done something.
56K,
That's bullshit from the
yeah,
police.
yeah, the police don't
Exactly,
want to do the paperwork.
56K.
Yeah,
Where do you
they
have
didn't
to
give
use
me
that?
paperwork either to do. They just wrote up the shit, but yeah, he was drunk, he was high. Who knows what else he was on, but he wasn't making sense, right? Because
If
50K just
someone's not in a
showed
state
up,
of mind,
but you could see he was
blind, it's
going
not.
back and forth. That one minute he liked me, the next minute he didn't like me, right?
See, if the guy's not in a state of mind and threatens to kill someone, yeah, that's a threat.
Yeah, yeah, he wasn't in a state of mind, and I have his information, right? So I'm like telling the police, and dude, it was like 6 police officers. So I'm standing there, and I'm like, yeah, this is the story. This is what happened. This is why I called, right? And I'm like, well, the guy's driving drunk. He came into the school, and I'm like, he could have fucking done something to the teachers, right, or the principal, right? And it's like, I'm like, what happens if I wasn't the supervisor and I wasn't de-escalating,
That
right?
would
It
have
would have
been
just been a
huge.
shit show, right? Because someone would have just easily triggered him and he would have just been set off, right? He's a violent person, right? He's fucking shaking and fucking making this motion like he's gonna do something, right? And who
Yeah.
knows if he had a fucking weapon on him, right? It's like it's 9 o'clock in the morning, right? Like this guy's got issues. So, and it has nothing to do with voting, right? That's just part of the fucking, in his drunkenness, he's fucking talking about this shit. But yeah, the cops, they're just like, yeah, we can't do anything about it. And then they're like, if he comes back, then yeah, call us and then we could do something. It's like, okay, I don't
I
like
believe.
what's the fucking point of calling the police if you can't fucking do anything against
What if?
someone who's fucking
What
saying
if?
they're gonna kill
Okay.
you?
Well, they said it took 20 minutes for him to come.
Yeah. And the
What
thing
if
is,
something
that
did
was mostly
happen?
because of the snow. Yeah, what
What
if
if? Oh
something did
yeah. What if
happen?
something
Then
did
they would
happen in that
fucking
20
rush and
minutes?
shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I told
Yeah.
them. That's what I told them. I said, like I only know this because I did security, right? And I know how to de-escalate someone, but not everybody can be de-escalated, right? You could take your time with them, and I'm like, this guy was
You.
violent. Like you could just tell, like based on what he's saying and what he's and how he's acting, he's going to fucking do something, and it just takes that one thing to set him off, and that's it. So,
Luckily, he didn't do
and I'm like,
anything.
this guy's a
Luck.
big guy too. It's like first off, one, I'm not gonna fight this guy because one, if I fight him, I
No,
can get
you'd be the one
charged.
in trouble.
I would be
Yeah.
the one in charge. Yeah, I would get charged, and then he wouldn't. And then on top of that too, what happens if he injures somebody else, right? And so it's like I'm like this, so I'm like that, the guy is obviously has issues and he's just like free to go. Like again, Who is drinking with their fucking dad at 9 a.m. in the morning, getting blasted? You know what I mean? On a foot, and then driving in snowy conditions, and then coming saying you're coming to
Hmm.
vote. I'm like, that shit was scary. It was fucking tense, right? Like, and then afterward, we were joking about it. It was funny, right? But it's like in that situation,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, right? I was like, holy shit, right? Like, I'd never fucking seen anybody this fucked up coming in, and just violent like this. You know what I mean? Like, and then afterward, people were telling me stories of like fucked up shit that happened to them. And I was like, fuck. But I'm like, yeah, this was, and everybody was like, afterward, they're like, man, I've never seen anybody as patient as you. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't even know I could do this, to be honest. Like, I'm surprised. Like, it was like a out of body experience. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird. It was totally surreal. Just like this guy is like berating me. He's saying like there's tons of stuff I haven't said because it's like so much shit he was saying to me, right? Cussing, swearing, slurs, saying I was like racist or some shit. And um, it was like I haven't all I even said to him was I agree. And yeah, yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
man. We got to fix it. And if you have an issue with me, like, and I sat down and I talked with him and I was like, and he's crying, dude. Like he was fucking breaking down, crying and shit, wiping his tears, like just like a total fucking breakdown. Like this shit was fucked. Like totally fucked. So yeah, that was a story. That was the end. Nothing happened. He never came back.
So
Um,
he did his.
you know, he
He did. He did what he had to do. He came to the vote, even though
yeah, even
it
though he
was.
was blasted out of his fucking
Yeah.
mind. And yeah, I don't even know what the fuck to even say to that. Whatever happened,
No,
it's
no.
on them.
Blinded
No,
had to play
here's the
calm.
thing. We
If you
live in
did,
Canada. We live in fucking Canada where if you do something to them
yeah,
physically, you can also get a charge. There's no real, like, there's not, like, in the United States, you guys have self-defense. We have self-defense, but that has to,
has to
like,
be
that has
proven
to be proven. And most of the times,
strictly. Strictly.
most people don't. They still get a charge. Like the security
Yeah.
guard guy was telling me of a story about this guy who was working security. He did his job by the guy stole something and he got the guy, but he jumped on him, and because he jumped on him, he got 14 years for that.
14
So
years.
yeah. And I said, yeah, I wasn't going to touch the guy. If the guy swung at
What?
me, I would have to block all this stuff, right? And on top of that, too, I would be a little bit lucky. Yeah, I don't live in Canada.
Are
Well, bet I don't live in Canada. Yeah, because well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Luckily, um, there's not like violent things that happen here, right? So it's like not that doesn't always happen, but in certain cases, like let's say if someone does break in your house and then you defend yourself, it does go to court, like you get charged and everything like that, but then they end up like the lawyer has to argue, then it's self-defense, and then they will just fucking dismiss it. But you still got to go through the process. You still got to go to prison,
yeah.
right? So yeah, it's stupid, right? Even though it's like, well, it's evident by anybody and all the evidence. But yeah, it's not like fucking the states. Like in all honesty, I do wish there was the self-defense laws that the states have because it's like it's just crazy that people could just be violent toward you and you can't defend yourself in any sort of way. You have to either run, you have to block, and you got to get the fuck
That leads
out
to
of there.
death.
Yeah,
That'll
that
lead to
will.
death.
Well, that's why you got to just fucking
That's,
run.
he had to blinded had to play calm. If he wasn't calm, he probably would not be. He'd
No,
probably not
no
be
one,
here. He might not.
everybody who was there was like, yeah,
Mhm.
that was like we were like if I wasn't the one de-escalating, who the fuck knows what had happened? And most of the people who are supervisors, like the other guy that was with me, he was like fucking 19, right? So I'm like, he was like the standby supervisor. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, and he's not like a big guy. He's not gonna fucking, you know what I mean? Like, he's just a kid, right? So I'm like, yeah, I was the only person who was even like a little bit formidable to this guy, right? And he's obviously saw, oh yeah, I'm a perfect target. for him. And so
Yeah.
he just was fucking, and I'm the supervisor too. So that's why he was saying all that stuff to me, right? Um, but even though he's drunk, right? So he's not making any fucking sense, right? Even if the dude tapped out, I still wouldn't go. I would have to hold down. I don't know what he's saying there, Pop. Yeah, Red, you live in. Yeah, this is. He says, did he find out he's not a bitch and handle the situation? Yeah. Well, that's what I had to do, right? Because I'm not
Ryan,
going to jail for stupid
can you go?
shit. That's retarded.
Ryan, can you go solo for a
Sorry.
bit? I'm gonna restart my computer. Can you go solo for a bit?
Oh,
So
damn.
I think I have
Okay.
to restart my computer. Yeah. I'll be right
Okay.
back, guys.
I thought you meant my stream. Okay, here.
I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
continue the
Okay.
story if you want.
Yeah,
Or
I'm gonna continue. I mean, it shit is crazy. I mean, yeah, like I try my best doing that stuff because it's not like it's you know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to protect myself and I was trying to protect the people who were around me and then that was it. So but afterward, I don't know. I just was like, that's a hell of a story to tell. Hell of a story to tell. Shit is crazy, man. Like, I don't even know what else to say. I've been telling this story all day to everybody because it was just like, I'm like, could you believe this shit, man? It's like, this is fucked. People just drunk this early in the morning. I deal with that all the time here in California, lol. Yeah. Here, not so much. Not so much. Especially in that kind of setting, too. I was like shocked someone would show up drunk. I haven't even heard a story like that. I mean, this is Canada, right? Like, Canada's not like, and when I go to the States, I'm like confused, right? Because you guys have like ghettos. There's no ghettos here. There's no ghettos. Like people will say this part of Toronto's a ghetto. That's because they've never been to the States. It's like Buffalo. When you drive through Buffalo, it's like there's houses that are fucking run down. It's all fucked up and weird looking. The city's dead. Cleveland, it's like that. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? It's weird as fuck. So, yeah, crazy shit. I don't know when Aaron's gonna come back. We're supposed to be talking about Grace Randolph, but that was the story. That was the end of the story. I'm trying to look through the comments. I'm coming for you, Hassan Parker, bruh. California, bruh. Yeah, what a sad. Yeah, it was sad. You know what I mean? Like, I felt bad for the guy. I felt bad for the guy, even though he said all that shit to me. I knew he was fucking drunk. I was like, I'm not gonna take it personal, right? I try not to let anything be personal because I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. Let's see here. I'm just looking through the comments. So Red is one of those Diddy guys, bruh. Well, Red can't stand up to Diddy, that's why. No, I'm joking. Learn jujitsu. Yeah, I thought about taking jujitsu classes. I did self-defense classes, but I always wanted to do jujitsu. I went to a jujitsu gym, and then I also went to a, is it? I can't say the other Thai. What's the fucking one? Thai? I'm trying to remember the fucking name. Muay Thai? Is it Muay Thai? I did when I was a kid. I used to take karate, but like, nah, I'd rather do jujitsu because it's more what's it called? Like protective or defensive. I don't know if that's the right way of saying it. Better than the states. Better states. I go better states than you live in. Says Red really believes the internet hype, bruh. Oh, Aaron's back. He's got to.
Well,
He's got to fix that. He's got to fix that. That fucking mic. Yeah, the mic. Okay, it's working now.
yeah. Oh, let me see. Okay, let me. Is my voice? Yeah, my voice is good. Okay.
Yeah, the
Don't know
Cali
the fucking
life.
layout.
I might have to go to California one day, but not when it's like, I'm not going when
Yeah.
Trump's there. I'm not going when Trump's there. So 4 years, I guess.
When the Rock is president.
Hell no. Hell fucking no. Oh yeah. So and then because of that, I was up like 22 hours. That was like the record of
Oh
how
yeah, I
long I
heard
stayed
you.
up. Yeah, I was tired as fuck. Yeah,
I was tired as fuck
community
yesterday
or
because I had trouble sleeping the night before.
yeah, you were telling me about that. Red thinking political, bruh. So yeah, never. I don't know. I need more crazy stories. That's kind of like I want to have a ton of crazy ass stories. I already have some crazy stories. Oh, yeah, I was gonna tell you about the one time when I was working elections. This is just funny. This kind of just shows you how people are stupid, right? Um, so they thought the exit was a window, and people were walking right into the window. Yeah. And I'm not talking one or two people. I'm talking about a total like multiple like over 20 people I saw walk right into the window because they thought it was a door and they hid their head. And I was like, yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah, I'm
that's
telling you, man,
hilarious.
people are stupid. People are stupid.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I just learned, man, like shit is all fucked up, so I don't take it super serious. Because I'm like, the shit that I see from people, I'm like blown the fuck away. I'm like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's crazy. I mean, I was shocked by the police too when they said they couldn't do anything. I was like, I'm like,
Yeah, we
okay.
can't do anything. Yeah, come on, really? We don't want to do
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, like you can't do anything. You don't want to do anything. That's is that. What's
Well, he let, and you know did I say this? Do you know what the cop said to me? He said, "You did a better job than we could have." I'm like, what?
really?
Yeah, that's what he said to me.
Really? What would he say? What did the cops say? They say. I
He
mean, what would the
he
cop? He
said,
didn't
yeah,
want to chase them
because
on.
I de-escalated and got him to leave, and it took so long. And he's like, "Well, you
What?
did a better job than we could have." I'm like, what the fuck?
But you're a
Yeah, bro,
fucking
I was
cop.
puzzled by that.
Dude, what kind of training did they? What?
Who fucking knows, man?
Maybe you should be a cop, blinded, because
Oh,
being a
hell
cop.
fucking no. Hell fucking no.
You know, you should be an enforcer.
Hell fucking no. I don't even want to do security because it's fucking dumb.
No,
Yeah,
security here
people just
sucks,
hassle
man.
you.
You know what's the worst thing about security here? And we'll get to Grace in a few minutes. You see, go to places with security guards. They have a bulletproof vest, but they don't have a fucking. They're not have fucking guns.
Yeah, in Canada, no guns. They can have a baton, but if you use the baton, like I said, what
What's
it's
that
like
gonna do
there's all
against
this
somebody shooting
bullshit.
against you, shooting you?
Yeah, there's no point, man.
What's
It's
the point of
dumb.
having? I mean, I understand having a bulletproof vest. You don't want to get shot there, but like honestly, I mean, self defense rules. Like seriously, it's really really dumb. It's really
Yeah,
really
it is
dumb.
dumb.
If I was waiting for, is that a federal thing or a provincial thing?
Provincial.
If I was waiting, if I was
No,
waiting
sorry.
for,
I think that what for the guns?
yeah, for
Okay,
the
so for the
security.
guns, the security is just I think it's federal. That's like federal.
If I,
Because it
well, I'm not running for prime minister, but if I was, I don't. I know it's probably a liberal thing. It's not a liberal thing because they probably beat
mhm.
against it. But if I was running for it, I would give them. I would change some of the self defense rules for sure, and I would definitely make sure security
Yeah,
guards for very busy places that have bulletproof vests have guns. They have to get training, obviously, get training, but I would make sure they have guns because I see it all the time. I go to the mall. I'm like, I'm like, I want to ask the security guard so bad at a mall, be like, don't you want to have a gun to protect yourself? Would you prefer have a gun?
yeah. I mean that's the thing. Like some of them will have batons. Like if you do loss prevention, then you'll have a baton. But yeah, I mean it's
Well,
still like people are fucky,
no.
right?
Here's the thing:
People are fucky.
we're not fucking superheroes. We cannot block bullets with
Yeah,
with a baton. We're not fucking Superman. Well, Superman doesn't need anything like that. He can just block it off his chest. But we're not like fucking like somebody with super reflexes. You know, we're
yeah.
not.
There's some like the security jobs though where it's not as bad. Like loss prevention though is was worse because people
What
do
about
like
private security? Well,
you'll
most of
never
it is private security, right? Because they hire
what?
like
Well,
some
yeah,
places
it's all
hire.
private security unless you work for the
Yeah, yeah.
government. unless you work for the government. So security guards just want their hours and go home. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Like,
people just like I don't know, like I said, people are stupid. People
yeah.
are fucking stupid, right?
Here in Ontario, all you gotta do to be a security guard is go for like a week in class, and you automatically a security guard. You take a
Nah,
license.
it takes you. You got to study. It took me
I
a
know you
month
gotta
to do
study,
it.
but isn't
Yeah.
like a week of study? But it's
No,
like
I
eight
had to.
hours, right?
It took me a month. It took me a month to do all it.
Oh,
Yeah, and then I did the test, and then I got the license, and then there's other license too. Like if you need the baton, then you have to get
in the
a
army.
license for that too. So yeah, I mean, it's just crazy stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh, we got a crazy bitch right here. Oh, but did you? I don't know if you watched the hot mic. Like Jeff Snyder,
Didn't they say Avengers is getting delayed because of some
Doomsday.
casting or something?
Yeah, but they have casting, some casting. Not everybody's gonna be announced like before. Some are gonna be announced during the shooting. I don't know. Nothing is I wouldn't be surprised if it does get delayed. But the thing when I watched the show, Jeff Snyder just looks so smug, like an asshole. Like and the way he talks too. It's
Yeah,
it gives
it's
you that
Jeff Snyder.
yeah. And this is just I hate it. So there's rumors of Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy, right? Clayface,
Right.
right? So nobody picked this up on the trades or discussion film or anything like that. But he said there's another contender, Kieran Culkin, right? Coming off major rewards, winning rewards for that Real Pain movie with Jesse Eisenberg. He said, yeah, they might be looking at him,
For
and
who?
John Wo-
For
for
who?
Clayface.
Oh, okay.
And John Boca and Jeff Snyder blew it off like, yeah, this guy just won major. This guy is getting nominated for a an Oscar, best supporting actor, or like anybody wants a Golden Globe or SAG Awards. Why would this guy want to take a role in Clayface in a $40 million budget movie? And I'm like, a lot of Oscar winners, a lot of Golden Globe winners, a lot of SAG winners, a lot of Emmy winners
But it's
take
also a
roles in small
franchise.
budget films.
It's also a franchise. Maybe he just wants money.
Yeah,
Like
but I'm just saying, a lot of them like
if he plays Clayface and Clayface appears in a Batman movie, he's gonna definitely get more money, right? So
if he's in a Batman movie for sure, it'll be a bigger budget.
yeah,
But I'm just saying the
yeah,
point is I'm just saying a lot of Oscar nominated, a lot of major award winners from Oscars, Golden Globes end up in these kind of films.
yeah.
Okay, like it's not actors and actors some do, but most of them don't see this as beneath them. They don't. Okay, they don't see it as beneath them. Like there's other actors and actresses that do films that are like Hollywood bunch of awards. They end up doing 10 million budget films, 5 million budget films. Oh, how about this? Films have been filmed but don't have a production company to distribute the film, right? Because sometimes they want to finance
Mm,
it on their own, right?
right.
Like, seriously, I'm like, these guys working hard, like, these guys are in the industry, right? But, like, why are they being so smug and smug and, like,
Because they are smug and there's like I
they're
said, they
making it
got
sound like
fucking big egos.
they are smug and they're making it sound like these actors and actresses, oh, yeah, I'm too good for this film. I'm too good to be in this film. I'm too good as I just want this major role. I'm too good for you. I'm too good for you. Um,
Yeah, but
that's not
Brie
how they think.
Larson won an Oscar and then she became Captain Marvel.
Exactly.
So I mean, I
They
don't
think
think that's like crazy.
they think these actors should treat it like yeah. They like I'm too good for you. They think these actors they should be feel like these films are beneath them. That's not how it works.
Hmm.
That's not how it works. Brie Larson won an Oscar. I bet you there's a buzz. Colin Farrell won an Emmy for Penguin. Okay, there's what other Oscar winners are appearing in these comic book films in general. I don't know. There's a lot of them. Angela Bassett was nominated for Black Panther. Come on, is it beneath?
Hmm.
Is Black Panther beneath her?
Clock switches was a thing here before drill music.
By
Oh shit,
by
I
her,
gotta unplug this.
I know about the DC stuff. Like I'm a little concerned about DC. Like I'm not turning on Gunn. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not turning on Gunn, but I'm still seeing some similarities, a little bit of the old regime, where they can't decide on stuff and they're moving stuff back. They're having issues a little bit.
Mm.
Let's continue this. Well, I don't know where we are.
In favor of it. So in this video, I'm going to make the case for why I think that's the best for everyone, including us.
They kind of, James Gunn pretty much said it's not happening, Grace. Pretty much said.
If you're against it, I'd be curious to hear your arguments against the merger down below. And if you agree with me, I'd love to hear how you would add to my argument.
Jeff Snyder said the test screenings for Superman, a source that I trust, wasn't very good. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. For the test screenings?
Yeah.
He said that?
Yeah. From a source I trust. Yeah, you know. Yeah. He said that. From somebody trust.
Didn't someone also recently just say that the Superman test screenings were terrible? Someone said that, and it's like a lot of bullshit going on, huh?
Well, it's been. I know John Wilka and Jeff Snyder. They've been accused of being MCU shills.
Yeah.
Okay, Marvel shills. Just saying.
But they've been I mean, why would they?
Right.
Why
he
would
isn't.
Jeff isn't always right? Yeah, correct. Yeah, we've pointed that out.
But when he gets something he doesn't admit it. He doesn't admit it when he's wrong about something. Is it Grace? Well, I'll say this: Jeff is more successful than Grace. Okay. Just say that. That's a fact. Yeah, Daredevil. Oh, that's a good thing. Tomorrow we're gonna do a Let's Talk Pop episode. I don't think Blind is gonna be here because he's gonna be at he's gonna be busy tomorrow. Blind will be busy tomorrow, so we'll definitely do a Let's Talk Pop tomorrow, and we're gonna do stuff for Sunday. Yeah, I watched that. That was what Jeff said today.
For. All right, so first off, when the Batman came out in 2022, so long ago, we're not even getting that sequel till 2027. It was extremely well received, very well received, and we were all ready. And they had, I don't even think they made the final cut of the film, but when they were filming, it was like Halloween, and they had someone dressed as Superman and Wonder Woman, and we were like, oh my God, they exist in this universe. And so we thought about who should play Superman, and I made a casting video, and one of the people I recommended was David Corenswet. And because he had that Superman curl in The Politician, that I hope he sends at least a fruit basket or some flowers to the hair person who gave that to him for that show. Although maybe he asked for it.
For the costume designer, or not the costume designer, but the makeup artist, I'm sure they give it something. I won't be surprised. Right? I won't be surprised.
You're low again.
I'm low again?
Yeah. Oh. No, I don't hear anything at all. Dead air. It was just dead air. Hold on, maybe he's plugging back his stuff in. Okay, I can hear a little bit.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There we go. Okay. How about that? That's it?
It's still kind of muffly. Yeah, I don't hear anything at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fuck. Oh my God, can I get this Doctor Strange? I'm playing right now, guys. Fuck. So I don't know if Aaron is talking right now, but hopefully he's not, or if he reboots or something, because he's having some technical difficulties right now. Fuck, let me get this. Jeff the Landshark. Fuck you, Jeff the Landshark. Fuck you. But I saw this video actually, believe it or not. I don't think I said that yet.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear
It's
me?
still low. It's still low.
How about now? Better?
No, it needs to be turned up. Turn it up. You see, it's not me because I'm at full volume.
How about this?
A
Better?
little bit better, getting a little bit better.
Better?
Talk again?
Better?
Yeah, I would say that's better.
You want to know something? It's because my stand kind of broke, but she could still plug it in the mic in.
Right.
Yeah. I could fix
Okay.
the stand, I think. I should get a new. I should,
A new
think I
mic.
should get a new mic stand. It's just I could still technically use the mic. I just have to hold it in my hand, which
Yeah, I think that's better because at least I can hear you.
okay. You saw his video. You said I heard that.
Oh no, I didn't see Jeff Snyder's video. I saw Grace's
Oh, that's
video.
the hot mic. You know he does. You know he does
Oh, the
that.
podcast. No, I didn't. I didn't
Yeah, the
even see
hot
that
mic
either.
live stream with John Loca. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
didn't see that either.
every Thursday, I believe. Where's the graphic?
I'd be curious to know the story how that happened, because that's the whole thing that put him in contention to play Superman. That one curl. But we were all like, David Cornsweet would be.
Well, a lot of people, like I come to when I was when I was watching the hot mic, it seems like they don't like James Gunn, John Wilkins, and Jeff Snyder. The way they were talking about him, it feels like how Grace talks about them, like disdain for him.
Hmm. But why?
I don't know.
Because they didn't get invited. So they're like
Well,
they're like egotistic. I
there's
mean, John Roca is a miserable fuck anyway.
there has been some people saying that Jeff Schneider was not invited to the press event, and maybe that's one reason why.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I mean, because these people have massive egos, right? Like John Roca is fucking little John Roca. Fuck John Roca, man. He's a piece of shit. That's why I don't watch that show because it's like I just don't like John Roca at all. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, but Kristen Harloff starts believes in Jeff Schneider's shit too because because
Yeah, because he's buddies with him. I don't mind Christian Harloff, even though he had that funny meltdown.
yeah, I remember that about Star Wars.
Yeah.
What was it?
But a lot of the people who are like on YouTube who are also in Hollywood, those people have like massive egos. So I don't really like him as much. And I mean, they have like the thing is like no one would go to Jeff Snyder or pay attention to him because he's boring as fuck and he's not entertaining, and people just watch him because he has scoops. That's it. Like no, like in all honesty, it's like yeah, when you go watch a show, it's like I try watching it, it's boring as fuck. So I don't watch that shit.
Be the perfect Superman for Robert Pattinson's Batman. They might be 7 years apart in age, but they look like contemporaries. So much so that if James Gunn did have to cast his own Batman, the actor would probably be around the same age as Robert Pattinson, because James Gunn has already said that the Robin will be Damian Wayne. So,
Yeah. So what age do you want Brave and the Bold Batman to be? 35 to 40? That's what I think, because he can
Yeah, that's what I think too.
maybe get relations with Talia in his young 20s. Because Robin should be like a teen, right? Not just a kid, but like
Yeah,
between 10 to 13, maybe.
yeah,
I mean, Damian Wayne, we don't mean, but yeah.
yeah. Damian Wayne, yeah.
So if he's like, I say, you know what? If I say he's like 35, then maybe while Bruce Wayne was training to become Batman, maybe he knew Talia on his way training around the world, because we know he goes around the world to hone the skills. Maybe he fell in love with Talia. I don't think they're gonna do what creating Damian Wayne was kind of. It is technically grape, right? It
Yeah,
is grape.
they're probably not gonna do that.
Yeah. So what I would do, I would actually make them actually fall in love and just just have him get him pregnant, him pregnant, her pregnant.
Him
I would
pregnant?
just yeah, I know, I know. It's her pregnant. I'll just do that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that makes the most amount of sense.
This
But they obviously Batman doesn't believe with her, stay with her because she chooses her father, and he goes home or whatever. That's the reason why. And then fast forward years later, okay, and he discovery has a son.
Batman would have to
Mm.
conceivably be the father. I mean, unless Talia used some kind of growth spurt formula. I mean, I guess everything's on the table, but I would feel that would be cheating. I don't know. Let's see.
Growth spurt formula.
And Robert Pattinson could. As I said the other day.
Robert Pattinson's Batman is like in his 27 years old. Here's the thing, Grace. Robert, no, I don't know if it's a time jump in this, but I'm pretty sure he would not sleep with Talia. Here's the thing. I don't know if this Robert Pattinson Batman's actually traveled the world. It makes it sound like he hasn't. The way that Alfred's the one to train him.
Mm.
Remember? It's implied that Alfred trained him, right?
Oh, and the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like that. Yeah.
Okay.
This Alfred might be kind of similar to Earth One Alfred.
Yeah. It's okay about they always no Johnny Dome. They're Johnny Dome. They're cool with each other. They're just having fun. They always joke about each other like this. This is they always roast each other. Don't worry about them.
Oh, 56K and Red. Yeah, they're
You know they always do this.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I have big problems about skipping right to Damian Wayne because Damian Wayne doesn't hit as hard, doesn't make as much sense if you don't first go at least through Damian, Jason Todd, and I feel even Tim Drake because.
Well, here's the thing, Grace. This is established. We don't need another fucking. We don't need another fucking saga of Batman from his 21st 2 years on the job, then his 5 years and 10 years. We can skip some of it. Okay? We can skip some of it. Remember, this DC universe is not a beginning. This is a established, okay? Established universe. And I guarantee you, at least one of the Batmans you mentioned is going to be in it. Most likely Nightwing, maybe. Because Nightwing is involved in a lot of Damian Wayne's stories, even with even Bruce Wayne around, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I would say my bet is Nightwing will be in it. She mentions Tim Drake. Well, they technically could put Jason Todd in this. So Red Hood. And they could come back.
They could. I mean, the thing is, James Gunn said that the dynamic duo, he's not sure if it's in the DCU just yet.
Yeah.
So it could be possible that, I mean, if they make it into the DCU, then that's an easy way to just have Nightwing and Red Hood and explain their origins, right?
Exactly.
And it would be a unique origin, I guess.
Here's the thing: if you can't start Grayson, because if you start Grayson, you have to make a bunch of films with Grayson too, right? You have to go full. Then you have to do a couple for Tim Drake and Jason Todd. You can't do it. You can't do it. Honestly,
Right.
Well, you skip Jason Todd. Jason Todd would have to be a Batman one. But I just remember when Zack Snyder, remember when he announced a Nightwing movie? Zack Snyder said,
Yeah.
that Robin that was killed by the Joker was Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
That pissed off
That
a lot of DC
fucked
fans.
up shit.
Pissed off a lot of DC fans was because he changed the story, right? Because everybody figured out it's gonna be Jason Todd, right? Yeah, I remember that. Remember the announced Nightwing movie? He goes on and says, "Oh yeah, that's Dick Grayson."
Damian challenges Tim Drake, and Dick Grayson has to be old enough to be like a father, or like another father figure, or a much older brother figure.
Brother figure, because Alfred would be more like the other father figure. Well, here's the thing: Alfred could be more like a mentor. Well, he has always been a mentor, but a mentor to Bruce and how to actually raise actual son, like because Damon Wayne, Bruce is considered a father in a way to Dick Grayson, but it's just that with Damien's different. He's actually flesh and blood. He's blood. He's blood.
Mm-hmm.
And Damian Wayne, despite being impulsive, is the most similar Robin to Batman.
Mm.
If you really think about it, he's always very focused, right? Highly intelligent, highly skilled, kind of like not afraid to say what he has to, not afraid to speak out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Bruce doesn't like Bruce is like that, was like that, but as he got older, he's definitely like mellowed. He's kind of he still has that brooding mentality, but he kind of mellowed out. He doesn't want he doesn't want Damien to be like him. His one thing was he doesn't want Damien to be like him. He wants Damien to actually have friends and actually trust people and actually live a normal life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it's different. I mean, yeah, he technically kind of raised those three Robins, but Flesh and Blood is different. It's different.
I'm a big Damian Wayne fan myself, and so I'm surprised that James Gunn wouldn't have occurred to him either, because he's a big fan of Damian Wayne. But anyway, you need a Batman.
I mean, the League of Assassins, if they're playing here, they could be bigger than just Batman. League of Assassins could be like they could be like a DC. You just don't need them in Batman, just right? Because League of Assassins also been in other non-Batman stuff, right? They've been like an Arrow. They've been in other things that it's not necessarily related to Batman. Yes, they're more focused on Batman, but you could explore them more in the DC universe too. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess so.
Seattle is even the state capital. What's the state capital of Washington?
There's a very specific kind of,
Seattle?
James Gunn has painted himself into a bit of a corner as to who he can cast as his own Batman. So if you're going to have two Batmans at the same time, the only way that you could differentiate them to casual moviegoers would be age and ethnicity. Now, on the age front...
Ethnicity. Batman's just a generic white guy.
Yeah, age and ethnicity. Why did she say that?
Batman's a white guy.
That will... I do have someone, if they're not going to get Robert Pattinson like I wanted, right? I do have someone that they should get. Theo James.
Oh yeah. He's making not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think because he also, something that I kind of always forget too about him is that he has a really interesting voice. Like he has a really deep voice. Like he doesn't really sound like, when you see him and then you hear his voice, it's weird because it's like it doesn't really match.
He's been successful,
yeah.
Right? Because he's been into the Divergent movies.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah. But maybe, yeah. And now that I think about it, maybe because he was in the Divergent movies. I mean, but that's kind of sounds like Robert Pattinson too, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of pulling a Robert Pattinson right now, so maybe that's like way too similar, but I don't know. Like, if he was the DCU Batman, like, I think I would change my mind. I would be like, actually, I wouldn't mind that.
It's not a bad idea. Like, I never thought about that.
Some of us have been like, all right, if you're going to have your own Batman and he's going to be a dad to Damian, what about John Hamm? John Hamm wants to do it. I think John Hamm would actually be very good at it. But here's the problem.
Yeah, and Theo James is like I think he's 40 now. I believe he's 40.
John Hamm's in his 50s.
Yeah, John Hamm's too old now.
He doesn't match with Cornsweet. How could you have John Hamm be Batman and David Cornsweet be Superman? I mean, it would not work.
John Hamm would be a great Two Face though, or like, cause he could he play like he could be a Two Face. He looks like a guy who could play Two Face. He has a face for Two Face. I just picture
Hmm.
I just picture his Madman character playing Two Face. He doesn't look like Bruce Wayne to me. I'm sorry. He looks more like Harvey Dent. Or
Hmm.
see, you guys are not even talking about the stream, guys. You all
No, they're just like they're having this big debate about California and shit. They're I'm
I mean, I
here
guess maybe we'd
playing
have to
against
try it.
bots and sucking. Pause.
I can't understand how anyone could feel that we don't have to get Robert Pattinson in here, but I'll continue. All right, so as for ethnicity, well, Warner Brothers DC has been testing this in the voiceover space.
Dude.
I think that at this point, fans have made it clear that most of them would prefer originally diverse characters
You're
to
not okay.
Yeah, we see you, Johnny. We see you,
Here-
man.
Here's a fact: they're not going to cast a. Look, if people attack me, fuck you, because you have to know this. They're not going to cast a black Bruce Wayne. I'm just saying this.
Well, there is a. I don't know that version of Batman during Future State. I didn't read any of that stuff, so I don't even know the guy's
I don't think
name.
they'll do it for the DCU. I know there
Nah,
has.
they would never do that for a DCU. But that guy was like took on the mantle of Batman because
That's-
Bruce was still around.
Okay, that's different. That's different, right? But there'll be an outcry if they did that.
Yeah.
And look, I have no problem with some characters being race swap at times, but
Hmm.
I do have problems with some characters, major characters like a Bruce Wayne, um, being swapped. Like it doesn't. I don't think it works.
Right.
Like,
Sorry.
sorry, it's not going to happen.
No. Yeah.
Okay. And what I think they should do is actually cast somebody. If they're going to cast Talia, somebody could talk a little bit Arabic. Could do Arabic accent.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And if they cast Wonder Woman, somebody could do like an Italian, Greek, a Mediterranean accent, like Gal Gadot. Like Gal Gadot was always exactly the best. She's not the best actress, but her accent does feel that her accent does actually feel the part of what Wonder Woman should sound like.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
she's Greek. The character's Greek. Greeks don't sound like us. They have that accent.
Right.
And she's technically not from Greece, but
It's Mediterranean.
yeah.
Right? It's like, yeah, same kind of region.
And we know American actors are not the best at pulling off accents. They really suck at it.
Hmm.
They do. It's fact.
to be brought to live action,
Okay,
etc.,
they're-
rather than race bending.
Oh, you're far away from the mic again.
Oh shit. Oh, far away from the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, is this better? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to be close to the mic. That's the problem. See, The Rock made 88 million this year.
88 million? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Year's not. We're not even in March yet.
That's
It's crazy.
yeah.
Other characters.
It flopped this year. Didn't we have like one movie that made like flop?
What movie?
It must like you know what? I seen the list of the top 20. I think it's not just movies from the movies. I think it's other business ventures they have too, included. Because there's no way The Rock made 88 million this year without being involved in other stuff. You know, like it has
Well,
to be
isn't it
business.
from The Netflix stuff
Is
they
it?
did
Is
with
it?
the.
There's no
Didn't
way
he
he's
just
on.
appear on?
Yeah, on WWE. He's no way. Well,
Yeah.
he's part of TV board, so he probably gets money there a year. But he does. There's no way he gets from Netflix. It has to be from like his production company too. Probably made some money from
Mm,
there. There's
maybe
like, there's no
yeah.
actors like there's no way actors make 80 million a year or 60, 70 million a year unless they have other business ventures. Like Ryan Reynolds is up there, but he has other business ventures. Ryan Reynolds too,
Right.
right?
The Rock too. He has like his drink shit too.
Yeah, yeah. So when you see that Forbes list, it's definitely not from movies, not all from movies. It's definitely from other
Mm,
stuff they have, business ventures.
So I think that's been made. I mean, I'm curious to see if you would be open to race bending Batman. But I think that fans have made themselves pretty clear at this point. All right, all fans. All right, but then that leaves us with two coexisting Batmans who would be basically interchangeable. Gunn even spoke about this at the Friday press event himself. I've been saying this for years. When you have different versions of the same character that are in the space at the same time, it divides the fandom. They pick who they like the best instead of all rallying behind a single version of the character. It used to be movies versus the CW, but here, even though James Gunn has
No,
correct.
no, no. The only CW character they've done that is the Flash. Okay,
say
nobody.
that again. What did she say that? Say that again. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted
Okay.
because I'm playing the game.
Spoke about this at the Friday press event himself. I've been saying this for years. When you have different versions of the same character that are in the space at the same time, it divides
Mm,
the fandom. They pick who they like the best instead of all rallying behind a single version of the character.
right.
It used to be movies versus the CW, but here, even
Nobody, nobody. I didn't think CW versus the movies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because there wasn't like. Nah, it wasn't really CW versus the movies. I
I mean,
mean,
people
the
did
movies
love
had their own issues, right?
the Flash is the only one I could say they can make it comparable. Grant Gustin versus Ezra. That's the only
Mm,
one. People love Grant Gustin's Flash. This, like, that's it. But if you put up a good Green Arrow in this DCU, I think people forget about Stephen Amell's Green Arrow. I really do.
mm,
I think people won't care about him. Like, be like, ooh, Stephen Amell.
mm.
even though James Gunn has correctly identified the issue, he's going to be recreating it himself yet again with two Batmans. Now, that's the obvious issue. This just it's impossible to have them coexist at the same.
Here's the thing, though, Grace. Look at it this way: one Batman's gonna be in a more realistic tone, and the other Batman's gonna be in a fantasy world with a bunch of superheroes. Think of it like that. People will understand that. I hope. Like
Yeah, I
Batman's a very.
still am not sure, to be
I'm just saying he's
honest.
a very versatile character, like Daredevil, I guess.
Same time. But let's dive into there are other ones. There are other reasons that they need to do this merge. For instance, it's taking forever to get DC Studios off the ground, and it's not really.
They just got taking forever. Creature Commandos is out. Peacemaker season 2 is coming out. Superman's coming out this year. Lanterns is coming out now. They said Lanterns is coming out early 2026, and Supergirl's
Mm,
coming out. Taking forever to get off the ground. Was she smoking blinded? Oh, Clayface is
yeah.
coming out.
Yeah, they've been moving fast. I don't know what she's talking about exactly. They needed a break in between, which they only had a year break. I felt like
Also,
they should have been longer, but
a strike in 2023 too. At derail some stuff possibly, right?
right.
What is she talking about? Awesome.
Yeah, I have no clue what she's talking about. Yeah, it's not making any sense.
They have 3 things coming out next year, and they announced they plan to have 2 animated series a year, 2 live action series a year, 2 live action movies, and I think one animated series, right? 7 things. 2 live action movies. Wait, two. I know it's 2 live action movies, two shows. Is it two? Oh, a live action movie, and I think 2 animated series. That's it. That's it. One animated movie and 2 animated TV series a year.
Right. One animated movie,
I mean,
damn. Is that
yeah.
animated movie like straight to DVD and digital or something else?
Makes it like an animated movie a year anyway. Before, even
Mm,
and it was never like when the previous regimes and stuff, the animated they never really focused on the animated, right? DC Studios is everything DC related now, right? Right? It was just because the DCU was not really an official thing, right? Warner Brothers never had a studio for just DC, so so they just focused on the movies basically, but they didn't
right.
focus on anything else, right? Like they didn't focus on the
Yeah, it was
animation.
all over the place, right? So,
And Zaslav obviously started DC Studios because he won. Obviously, that's inspired by Marvel because Marvel has their own studio. That's been the
mhm,
problem. DC Studios should have had a studio way back. They should have had a studio.
right.
particularly big out of the gate. Well, you tell me what you think. So, like the projects that are definitely coming are Superman in just a few months, Supergirl and Clayface in 2026. Those are the movies.
Yes,
And on the small screen, Peacemaker season 2 happens later this year in August, and then Lanterns is they're hoping to release that in early 2026 on the small screen. Now, if Reeves still will not agree to this merge, let's get some other heavy hitters in there. Like, when will Batman show up? Gunn also said on Friday that his Batman doesn't have to wait for the brave and the bold. So do you make Clayface a stronger movie and not follow in the footsteps of the Sony Marvel movies by having your Batman show up there, maybe?
well. Yeah, May
Mm,
2026. They do expire. Yeah, I remember they do expire. I don't know how. I don't know what the situation is, but I know they expire mid because it was like a 2.5 year deal. It was not really 3 years, but yeah,
mhm.
they and I heard well, not what I didn't hear because I don't know sources, but from what I could tell from when they sign those deals, it feels like they might go to another strike. But she's like Batman will appear in Clayface. I'm not gonna say 100%, but I think he'll appear in Clayface. I think he'll appear in
Yeah,
Clayface.
that's my guess.
Here's the thing.
If yeah, that's if they decide what's it called? Robert Pattinson is not the DCU Batman because yeah, I mean like they're saying here's the thing. Why did uh what's it Peter Safran say there will be a Batman movie in 2027? That was weird. That was weird. It's like why don't say the Batman Part 2?
Merging,
Is it
merging,
because the
merging
title's gonna
Robert
get
Pattinson,
changed? Like I don't
merging
know
Robert
why.
Pattinson's Batman, merging basically Robert Pattinson's Batman into the DCU.
Oh damn, I died. Sorry.
I mean, it's a 40 million. I mean, Matt Reeves, by the way, Clayface this is like already, you can already see the problems here. Matt Reeves is producing the Clayface movie, but it's a DC confirmed to be a
Wait a
James
minute, Matt Reeves is. Oh, you know why? Oh, fuck, Grace,
Gunn versus
Grace,
DC.
Grace, Grace. Matt Reeves also is producing the Dark Crusader show. Matt Reeves, I don't know if she knows. I don't know if like. I feel like I
He's
should have.
producing pretty much all the Batman projects
Yeah, that's what I was
except
gonna say.
the only one that he's not producing, which is
Brave and the Bold.
Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, I feel like I should take over Beyond the trailer because I would have said that. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell, man? Can you not like? Could you not see that?
probably not. This is Grace.
Yeah, the thing is, they said they put Waller Authority and Booster Gold. It seems like they're on the back burner. They never said about Brave and the Bold.
Well, they said that and Booster Gold were on the burner because they couldn't.
Yeah,
Well, there was different reasons why they haven't moved along as quickly.
and Waller was supposed to be like the next project, like
Yeah,
supposed to be
it was.
after Peacemaker. I'm like,
DCU story.
Sorry.
So why is Matt Reeves producing it, and then it's not going to
how
be?
do you figure it out? How do you figure it out? He's helping with the Batman stuff, with his stuff. Duh.
Matt Reeves is Batman if in the movie that
Oh,
he's
I know, I
producing,
know.
and even if Batman's not in the movie at all, he's producing a Batman villain not for his Batman. I mean, right there, even behind the scenes, you're like, what's happening here? And then, do you really want to introduce a gun Batman in a $40 million movie? I mean, I think it was already weird that Batman didn't.
Here's the thing, Grace. I don't think Batman. I think Batman will be in the movie, but I don't expect a big role.
No.
That's another thing. I just don't expect a big role, a huge role. It might be a couple minutes. You know, like Ben Affleck's Batman, right? Ben Affleck's Batman and Suicide Squad was there for like what, 5-10 minutes in total? Yeah.
Mm,
I don't expect a big role. That's it. I don't want to be surprised if he just comes at the ending. Okay? I don't want to be
mm.
surprised if he comes at the ending.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Show up in the Penguin series, how is he not going to show up in Clayface? Then they really are getting into Sony territory. But look, bottom line, Matt Reeves' Batman is already established. And again, as I said, he's a hit. Fans love him. And Superman is shaping up pretty good. I mean, Superman is clearly the big bang that's going to start.
Well, Batman's already established in DC because you kind of saw him already in Creature Commandos for 2 seconds. He's established there. Okay?
Hopefully start the Gunverse and carry these smaller projects over the next year or so that are coming in behind it. But if you make them together, if you make them
I think Jeff Snyder said, and I think you might actually agree to this. Jeff Snyder said that the only reason they're making a Clayface movie is because of substance.
That's what Jeff Snyder said.
I think so.
I have a hard time believing that. I mean, the story does sound like the substance, but like
Clayface
I don't know. I don't think that's a great reason to make a movie. You're gonna make a copycat movie for a franchise. Why? Because it was successful, and then what?
I'll make more
I mean,
money.
Clayface is not gonna get. Do they think it has like some Oscar potential? Like, why would they do that? I don't understand.
Oh, it's not.
That sounds like bullshit to me.
I mean, it is. I mean, it has a better chance of any DC movie to have Oscar potential. It is a Batman movie. Batman movies do get extra.
Yeah, but like Clayface,
Extra love.
already sounds like a movie that is nominated for an Oscar. And
I
it's not like we're not like, oh, this is the Joker and Joker's inspired by Taxi Driver.
mean, I
It's like,
think Clayface has a better chance of being nominated for an Oscar than Superman does, just because it's Batman. That's it. It's a Batman-related thing.
I
That's
don't
it.
know. I don't know about that.
I'm just saying that because the Academy loves Batman. They love Batman stuff. They think
Yeah.
they'll nominate like a Marvel here and there a couple of times. A Marvel, whether it's a movie or an actor here and there. But when it comes to Batman, you know what? They get away with they don't let their bias get in the way. Like they're. I know. People forget that.
part of the same universe, then suddenly you have a stable foundation already for this new DC. You're 2/3 of the way to a DC Trinity. Suddenly, all of a sudden, you're getting very close to having a fully formed universe. You're 3/7 of the way to a Justice League. And by the way, Aaron Pierre also fits beautifully with Pattinson and Corrin Sweat. Really, really great. You really start to suddenly, instead of right now, we're having a hard time.
It's French. Say Pierre. Say it French, Grace. Say it like
You can't.
Seeing James Gunn's DC. But if you say that Matt Reeves is Robert Pattinson is a part of it, it starts to rapidly come more into focus, which makes it, I think, much more exciting. And by the way, you already have World's Finest ready to go. It's just very exciting. It makes the DCU seem, the Gunverse seem more real. And also maybe we could stop calling it the Gunverse. We're going to talk about that.
it's called not the Gunverse, it's called the DCU.
Yeah.
Easier to get behind. Suddenly, DC Studios would have momentum rather than feel like they're hesitating, which I think is how it feels right now. And again,
Hesitating? You think, why are they hesitating? Nothing really serious. Creature Commandos is the only thing that come out. Why is it fucking hesitating? Superman's not even out. How do they say it's hesitating?
Yeah. I mean, they shouldn't be in a rush. So what happens if this all shit fails?
Yeah, dude, she wants us to be the she wants us to be these people are such. Okay, I get it. I get sometimes I do sometimes think like this, but it's a Marvel thing. I'm just saying it's a Marvel thing.
Success factor. Don't, especially when it comes to DC or any franchise these days. Don't underestimate the importance of a success factor and something that the fans have already decided that they love.
The YouTube Music app can sense what you like from the moment you open the app.
Fuck you too.
Try 1 month free.
So, as I said, so far so good with Superman, and the trailer was very well received by many fans. You never know if people are watching or hate watching. I mean, I don't think anybody went crazy.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. They don't care if they hate if there's have haters watching the trailer. They don't care. They still get views. Right, blinded.
Right, yeah.
Hate watching is still views.
Yeah,
Like-
it is still views.
Dislikes are still views. It still matters. Dislikes is very important. Like, yeah, and hate watching just helps. Oh, he should do Green Arrow. Remember, everybody like wanted Charlie Hunnam as Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Then Austin Butler.
For the trailer, but it was the first trailer. But they didn't go crazy for the trailer the way that we all erupted when they showed that clip of the car chase and the upside down shot, you know, from the Batman teaser. That was electric. I'll never forget that. That was just an incredible moment. I think that was during Fandom, right? I mean, it was just an amazing time to be a DC fan. David Corenswet is a good Superman, but he's not a perfect Superman. He has a few flaws that we've already noted. Not all his own fault, you know, but, you know, the character, I mean, although to be fair, there are a lot of hesitations.
Because that one picture makes him say he has a few flaws. What are the flaws?
Right.
Robert Pattinson's Batman as
What are
well.
the flaws? He has a few flaws. What are the fucking flaws? When
She
you
won't
say somebody has
explain.
a
She
few
won't
flaws,
explain.
exactly. Like, when people do that, when they're trying to make their point, explain your point. Like what? Like seriously, when you don't do that, it makes you sound like you're bullshitting. And it's always we haven't seen a Superman. We just saw a trailer.
Yeah, I know.
Like how can you say? Oh my god. Yeah, it's flaw. That's a flaw.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Wow. I would love for them for Corenswet to turn out as well as Pattinson did. But I think that even the flaws that we're identifying right now, I think that we as fans would be more
What are they?
forgiving of them if we felt that the
You
success
didn't
of Corenswet
identify the flaws. What the fuck are the flaws? I hope. Let's see if she says the flaws.
Superman, I like calling it Corenswet Superman instead of Gunn Superman. I mean, certainly at least it's a team effort. But that would be adding to the success of a character we already love.
Okay, she doesn't say the flaws. Okay. Like, seriously. What are the fucking flaws? Exactly. Like.
Behind.
Here's the thing. Everybody's wrote an essay, right? Essay, you know, a hamburger essay. You have to write a thesis and all that, right?
Yeah.
And your 3
An
paragraphs,
argument.
you have to write. Yeah, right? In the 3 paragraphs, you have to try to prove your thesis, and then you write a conclusion. It's basically the same thing here. If your thesis is that there's flaws to this and trying to prove it, what are the fucking flaws then? Like,
Yeah, she can't explain. Like, I don't know why she does this.
she's like, oh, your hand hurts, TJ.
Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's Batman. Like if you know, right now Superman is having to establish everything by himself.
Exactly so.
But if he was already adding on to something that we loved, I think we'd be like, oh well, I don't love it, but I'm
It's ponderous, I say.
so excited to see him with Robert Pattinson. And so I think it just is more, it's just a stronger position to be in. And look at the MCU. Tony Stark, Iron Man came first, and then he was joined by Steve Rogers, Captain America, who are Marvel's version of Batman and Superman.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not popular. No, they're not. Grace. I guarantee you, if they had the rights to Spider-Man, X-Men, and Sony and Fox it, I guarantee you, the MCU would start off with those characters.
Yeah, they would have.
They're saying.
But I mean, I do think Captain America and Iron Man are the equivalent of Batman and Superman at this point.
This point now, because they build them up, but if they had a chance, if you started the MCU and they had actually the rights to Spider-Man, X-Men, I think it defeats your point. Like, it doesn't make your point is wrong. Now, yeah, because how they build them up. I know. You know, technically Hawk is the first MCU film. Iron Man isn't. I mean, if people still think Iron Man is the first MCU film, I think Captain America: Brave New World pretty much confirmed it's not. Like,
No, Iron Man came first.
Iron Man did come first.
Yeah, then it was like May Iron Man, and then Hulk was June.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the 2003 Hulk movie is technically canon, but they don't like, because they reference some stuff that happens in that movie. Like, it was supposed to be like a spiritual successor to that movie. So, but yeah, it doesn't really count though.
Oh yeah, June 8th. Yeah, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Iron Man 1. Yeah, 2008. Oh yeah, you're right. It did come out in May. Yeah, technically you're right. Yeah. I didn't know the 2003 one was considered loosely canon, I could say, right? Like, but the thing is, okay, but blind people forget, like, people are forgetting, like, people assume 2008 Hawk is not, it's not technically MCU, but it is MCU. Like, it's always
Yeah, it is MCU.
Of the MCU's popularity, they even took over in the general public as to who those, everybody, of course, has known Batman.
You mean the potential crossover comic? They'll probably have Batman and Superman. They'll probably go with the most popular. I don't know.
And Superman for a very
Can't
long
wait for Daredevil. Early episodes are pretty long. They're like 40 to 50 minutes, or maybe longer. They're pretty long, so we might do a late after show this Tuesday.
long time, which is difficult, makes things difficult for DC. But Iron Man and Captain America were new, and not just fans, but casual fans switched to Iron Man and Captain America. It was an incredible thing to see, and it is going to be difficult for DC to pull them back. Although Marvel's helping because they're pushing fans away. So
why do we have to pull back Marvel films? Why can't we like Marvel films and DC films equally? Like, this has to be a contest.
For her, everything's a contest because it's business, but she applies that to even when people like stuff, like they're not like invested in the business side of it. They just watch it as entertainment.
Yeah, look, I'm a DC guy more than a Marvel guy. Blinded, I know you're more Marvel guy and DC guy, right? But we still both like them. Like,
yeah,
like, come on, like, really? This isn't a. Here's the thing. They actually could. They should be in competition with each other, but it should be healthy competition, helping each other out. Okay.
Right. But I mean, the thing is, if Marvel doesn't do well, then DC doesn't do well. DC doesn't do well, Marvel doesn't do well. So, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, Marvel does have a stronger brand, but DC just has, they had issues before, right? So
exactly.
Things can change.
will DC be able to pick them up? Now, so we have a great Batman. We have a wonderful Batman. I'm very happy with Robert Pattinson as Batman. So let's establish this is a Superman being brought into it to challenge him, and where you can get excited about stories. Like that's the thing, we don't have to worry. That's one of the reasons that they've done away a lot of times with origin stories, like especially for these iconic characters. When Peter Parker joined the MCU, they didn't do his origin story yet again because they're like, we know it. Even casuals are like, we know. And I don't think they're going to be doing, they're not doing Superman's I don't know why Gunn's changing so much comic book stuff. Let's see how it goes. But, they didn't do Batman's origin. It was kind of like a year 2 kind of a situation. And I think that it's exciting to be able to just get it, to be looking forward to the stories.
But Gunn was the first one to do Batman's origin. I mean, Zack Snyder basically did the same thing.
If, right now we're in a position where we're like, well, where's Batman? When's Batman going to come? How is Batman going to come? If he was already here and now Superman is here, then we can start to be like, all right, when's World's Finest going to happen? This is going to be great. I just think it puts us, allows us again to move forward. Now, yes, Matt Reeves' Batman is a world that's far more grounded than most comic book movies, right? But that's fine because Batman.
The grounded. I hate the word grounded.
I hate that fucking word too, man. It's getting annoying as hell.
I wish they could say realistic, more realistic. Like, yeah, some of the stuff the Batman may sound not realistic, but my point is that I'm using it loosely. Grounded doesn't necessarily mean what people think it means, right? Right?
No.
Seriously.
And Superman have always had a contrasting dynamic. And so I think, again, it's just so beautiful. They already so beautifully fit together. Nothing has to be done. Now, some of the Batman fans would argue that this version of the character would never be able to work in a far-fetched world. But I certainly hope that's not true. You should hope that's not true, because that means he's going to be extremely short-lived.
Here's the thing, Batman still needs character development of his own. He can't have a fucking son already. This guy hasn't even developed a Bruce Wayne persona. The billionaire playboy persona. Come on, let him develop that before he teams up with this universe. Team up with Superman and World's Finest. We need. The only time he goes out as Bruce Wayne is when he went to a funeral and stuff, but we never see him at galas, at charity events, at movie premieres. He hasn't developed that persona, man. Let him, please. Can we let him develop that first before we ever get him, interact with other heroes and stuff? Can you let this character grow first? You ready let him have a son? Seriously? We want to skip all that development that we're supposed to see?
Yeah, it's
because in today's Hollywood, in today's Hollywood, casual moviegoers are only willing to go to the theater for a big bang for their buck. And if all of Batman's stories are crazy grounded, well, then they're going to say, especially after the Penguin, oh, be careful of the curse of expanding your franchise into streaming. They'll start to get used to watching those stories at home. But I mean, the rumors that Matt Reeves is going to do Mr. Freeze. I don't want a realistic Mr. Freeze.
No, he needs to be about that. Oh my God, who said that? No? You watch the Penguin, doesn't even set up Mr. Freeze. There's no legitimacy to that rumors. You know what the thing is? People want Mr. Freeze because people have been wanting people just want Mr. Freeze so badly. There's nothing that sets up Mr. Freeze from the Penguin. The Penguin clearly sets up part 2. Nothing in that show. That show is setting up Mr. Freeze, okay? Yeah, Degrassi, that's what I'm believing too. Why is come on.
In the cryo suit with a freeze gun. making it snow, making it rain, making it snow. That's what I want to see. Jeremy Strong. One of you suggested Jim.
Fuck. You don't have to have him cryo suit, you know, in a realistic tone. You don't have to make a cryo suit. The Captain Cole has a freeze gun. Okay? He doesn't need to be like that. I mean, Mr. Freeze can work.
Jeremy Strong. Right. That's what I want. And I mean, you don't want to go full Schumacher, but how about Batman the Animated?
I was gonna say John Lithgow, but I think he said pretty much playing Dumbledore is gonna be like his last hurrah. And he's gonna retire from that. Yeah, he's gonna do multiple seasons as Dumbledore, and he'll be done with acting. So I think he pretty much implied.
He said it's gonna be his last thing.
Yeah. Mr. Freeze isn't really that. Yeah, he isn't really that fantastical. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this. I remember Harvey Dent.
Series. Batman the Animated Series is still considered the definitive Batman, and it was extremely grounded. Heck, it took place in the 1940s, basically.
I don't know. You could say that, but I think the one of the definitive Batmans is like Arkham Batman, because that was a great Batman too. Like,
and they still were able to do a wonderful job with fantastic characters like Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Clayface. And nobody ever questioned how they fit in that world. And so it can be done. And again, I would...
because in that world, it was part of Grace. Did you watch that? That was the actual... Did you watch other things? Because that Batman was in a fantastical world with Superman. Superman animated series was in the same universe. Same as Justice League. Did you? I don't know if you watched that. Maybe you forgot. Blind, I'm pretty. You remember that? Did you watch the Super animated series? Was it in the same universe as the Batman series?
Yeah, I was. Because then they were connected to Justice League.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like that we just proved her point wrong, right there. Yeah, I know. Well, you see, Grace, the Gunn, Degrassi. You use the word unlikely. Unlikely means most likely not.
Even if they don't merge, I think it would be very sad for Robert Pattinson's Batman if you cut off so many members of his rogues gallery.
Listen, you could pay for a streaming app and a music app, or just get YouTube Premium for $12.99, which gives you...
All right, then finally, Gunn and Reeves are already spending an awful lot of time together. Let's make it official, baby. I mean, Reeves is producing the Clayface movie for James Gunn's universe, apparently, and animated movie Dynamic Duo, and I'm still not totally sure what universe that's going to be in. And he just delivered the multiple award-winning Penguin show for HBO, which is in his own universe.
I wonder why he's doing all this. Oh, so maybe because Gunn trusts him with Batman-related stuff? Oh, Batman-related content for the DCU? DC Studios? Then...
But as I said, let's make it official, baby. Let's put these two crazy kids together and put a ring on it. And the reason that's important is that not because, Reeves can't have 1 foot out, 1 foot in. He's not sticking just to his corner of DC, and he's clearly a major creative force within Gunn's DC Studios. Exactly. And if that was made official, then that would go a long way to making it no longer the James Gunn show. And I think that is a problem for this new DC Studios. Kevin Feige is definitely the head of Marvel Studios, and a very visual one. Everybody knows who Kevin Feige is. But do you know what his voice sounds like? I think it would be hard for you to pinpoint it, because he's not everywhere. He doesn't write and direct any of the projects that come out of MCU. And also, while Feige...
doesn't write and directs... I don't think that's necessarily true, man. He may not be the actual director of writers, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does actually say in the writing process, in the directing process of what the director or the writer is saying. I wouldn't be surprised if that's.
I mean, I don't. This is the thing, right? They complain that the MCU is too similar, and they go, "It's Kevin Feige's fault."
Mm-hmm.
Everything has the same stylistic style. So I mean, I don't know what to. I don't even know what to say to her.
You don't think Kevin Feige looks at the script and be like, maybe we could change. Maybe you could change this, and this, or or he looks at it when he's seeing the film being, because you don't think he goes on the sets and he sees what's being directed. He'd be like, maybe you could change this. I don't know, like.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he's not a writer and director. He's a producer. But I mean, yeah, there's still like he built the MCU and he's given credit, and people kind of see what the MCU as his style, right? How he runs the company,
Yeah.
who he picks, a certain talent, and all that stuff. So, I
And you could
mean,
tell, which directors is not. You could tell which directors that he'll let them direct their style, and you could tell the difference with the directors with their style and stuff,
right,
and his
right.
style. Tell.
Sorry, whoops.
Like,
Does
the
host
difference is James Gunn is a writer and a director. That's just like a producer does. Oh, thank you. But like, yeah, they produce. Like James Gunn is a writer, an actual writer, director, and producer in a head at DC Studios.
his presentations at Comic-Con, etc., and he is on the red carpet, he lets his creatives speak. Whereas so far, Gunn, along with his co-head of DC Studios, Peter Safran, they're doing almost all the talking. Have you?
Peter Safran doesn't do much talking. He has a Twitter account. He has social media accounts. He doesn't post anything. Okay. I know he has social media because I know he has an X account. He doesn't fucking post anything on X or whatever. Safran only talks when he needs to, when something's up. Gunn does a lot of talking, a lot of posting, but and some.
Yeah, what were you saying?
I'm just saying, like, I know Safran has social media accounts. He doesn't post so much. He doesn't really do anything, post so much on social media. Gunn's a different story.
Really heard anybody else who's making a DC project talk in a meaningful way that was sanctioned by DC Studios? Occasionally they break loose and they grab a reporter and they say, let me tell you about the project that I'm working on. And Gunn's like, shut up. It's crazy.
Fahey? Doesn't Fahey do that?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they almost, Denzel Washington almost got in trouble, man.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
If Feige had shut down his creatives the way that Gunn has, nobody would have ever gotten to know James Gunn, who Feige put a tremendous spotlight on, and Gunn wouldn't be where he is today. Sure, Superman.
Fuck. They respect James Gunn and they respect Fahey. Oh, that's pretty good dab. That's a dab being thought, man. We don't expect Kevin Surface to be much better than this two previous. I just don't know. Oh. Yeah, he like before he got to the MCU, he had a lot of bad comic book movies he directed and not produced. Yeah, he's just not. The thing is, he's just not doing it on social media. But I know he has social media because I seen it, his X account.
Is up first, and let's to play devil's advocate. Maybe Gunn decided to write and direct Superman because the whole future of DC Studios is riding largely on this movie. So
because his dream was to write Superman. Now he gets a chance. Can that be it?
Mm-hmm.
He has, he finally gets a chance to do a dream job, a dream movie. I don't know. The good question, I don't know who he shut down. Who did he shut down? Blinded? Anybody come to mind?
Just Grace.
I don't. You did. I don't know. That's a good question, Degrassi, because I have nothing on top of my head. Because I usually remember stuff like that.
wanted to make sure he got it right, or if he didn't, at the very least, to feel he put it all out on the field, and he wouldn't have done anything different. He doesn't want to put his fate in somebody else's hands. I understand that, but he also did it with the television shows. First out of the gate, Creature Commandos, and then Peacemaker season 2. These are all projects, all three of them, written and directed by James Gunn. So I think that's part of why you've only been hearing from him. But
actually, Creature Commandos is not directed by James Gunn, I believe. I believe he's written it. Let me check. No, the TV series, not the comics. Let me check who wrote it. Okay. Oh, James Gunn worked. Well, yeah, James Gunn did direct all the episodes. Yeah. No, he written the episodes.
Yeah, he wrote them.
He didn't direct them, so.
No. For Creature Commando, no.
It was directed by Matt Peters, Sam New. So it was directed by two directors, Sam New and Matt Peters, but he did write them. So she wrote them.
Maybe, yeah.
Projects have moved forward. We have not meaningfully heard from Supergirl director Craig Gillespie, or Supergirl writer Anna Nogueira, who's also doing Teen Titans.
They don't owe you anything yet, man. What do you she makes it sound like they owe her something.
By the way, although has no writing experience. I'm like, are you somehow friends with James Gunn?
Let me see. What's she assimilating there, man?
Yeah.
She's a playwright. That's what she is. Well, she is a first-time writer, but let's see. Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely Degrassi. Just got greenlit a couple weeks ago. For sure, they're probably writing it now. For sure. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out next year. Season 2 of Creature Commandos.
Clayface director James Watkins was just
Didn't they say season 2 of Cape Crusaders coming out? Was there anything on that?
Cape Crusaders? I think it's going to come out this year again.
Okay, this year?
Maybe.
Hired, so I can understand why we haven't heard from him. Like, he was just hired. But what about...
They don't have to say anything, man. They don't have to say anything. Like, it's like they owe us something. No, it's not owe. Like they owe her something. Yeah, we haven't heard from you. We haven't heard from you. We haven't heard from you. They don't owe you anything yet, man.
Mike Flanagan. He's been working on the Clayface movie for a long time. Apparently, his pitch was so good.
Grace. And plays are very hard to write. Book writers write scripts too, yeah. Well, seriously, they don't owe you anything, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm distracted.
James Gunn and Peter Safran weren't even going to make a Clayface movie until they talked to Mike Flanagan. I'd love to hear from Mike Flanagan. Maybe I'd feel better about the Clayface movie if I heard his pitch to some degree. I mean, don't spoil it, but I'd like to hear from Mike Flanagan.
Don't spoil it. They have to spoil it.
Like the pitch, I guess, right? That's what she's asking for. I mean, why not just wait until you see a trailer?
I mean, if you're gonna pitch a movie or a script to the, I mean, you're pretty much spoiling it. They're spoiling it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they kind of give you a sampling of what the movie would be like, but the movie hasn't started shooting yet, so they haven't even cast yet, and I don't know. She's worried a little too much, like.
Grace wants things to be fast-tracked. That's a problem.
Yeah, I think it should have been slow down the pace. Let's make sure everything is good, right?
Here's the thing. A quick rebuild or retool always backfires in anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the MCU is trying desperately to do right now.
Luca Guadagnino, he escaped momentarily. He put on a DC Studios sweatshirt. Who even knows if they gave it to him or if he had to make it himself, like on Zazzle or something. And he took a photo and put it on social media. And I have to say, he looks.
Yeah, he had to buy it. Yeah, he bought it, or he made. Yeah. Like, come on. Of course he got there. He gave it to him.
Yeah, she's just throwing pot shots.
I think this is her. This is really her just hating on Gunn. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
This is just her sour grapes on Gunn. Yeah, she's throwing shots at these.
It's like a freaking boss. He looks amazing. So I don't know how James Gunn felt about that. I don't think, did James Gunn share that? Did he retweet that? He certainly retweeted his own comic book cover. But anyway, I hope that we get to hear from Luca Guadagnino soon. Although we discussed this the other day on the live stream, but I agree with you guys that this is just the wrong project. Sergeant Rock is the wrong project for Luca Guadagnino. I think
Why?
I mean,
You don't even know what the
can
movie
understand
is
maybe wanting
about.
to move in a different direction.
I bet she doesn't even
Like,
know
what happens
Sergeant
if the
Rock.
movie was good and it makes money? You know what I
She
mean?
probably
Like,
doesn't-
who knows?
Yeah, she probably doesn't know who Sergeant Rock is either.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of an obscure character. Oh, well, kind of. He is an obscure character. So it's like, yeah, like, just, I don't know, it's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
like, he's a good director. He's a unique choice. Like, why can't it just be like, let's see what he does, right? Like, why would he take on the project? Something that he doesn't normally do. So, I don't know, it's just stupid. Like, again, it's stupidness from her. Oh, your mic again, because it's like, your mic. It's quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah. Okay. My mic did pull out, but yeah, it did. It did. Yeah. You're...
direction and the type of stories he tells. But anybody who's interested in a Luca Guadagnino movie is not really interested in a Sergeant Rock movie. I think that's the problem there. Yes, the other day we came up with Nightwing, or some of you said X-Men. Those are all much better matches for Luca Guadagnino.
He's not gonna. He probably wants to do
X-Men. Aren't we talking about DC? He's not at Marvel. I don't know why she said that. That was weird.
But oh well, we're getting Luca Guadagnino, Sergeant Rock. Apparently the script's really good. From Justin Kuritsky's. James Gunn said it was amazing. We haven't heard from that guy either. All right, now how about Lanterns? Lanterns.
You don't have to hear from them right away. Good Lord. She makes it sound like they owe her something.
Ozark's Chris Mundy is the showrunner, and Watchmen's Damon Lindelof is also working on this series. All of these creators' projects are either filming, just about to start filming, or are deep in pre-production, which means they're a go. We'd love to hear from these creatives, but we're not going to a Comic-Con because Gunn just revealed that DC won't have a significant presence.
Well, this is a couple days ago. I mean, they did release a picture of Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart side by side together. You saw that picture?
Yeah, I did. It was cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
But I hope they're not going to show him in a Green Lantern uniform. That's going to be like...
Yeah, that's like, later on.
Yeah. I mean, I think they should make a presence at Comic-Con.
There again this year either. And he's argued because Superman will have just opened. But what about all these other projects I just talked about?
See, argues Superman's open. You know why? Okay, I like Gunn, love Gunn. Sometimes I'm a little worried about, but that's a bullshit thing. Because Marvel's going to be there, obviously. If Marvel's there, I'm surprised. But Marvel's going to be there, right? But you know what? You know what comes out during Comic-Con when Marvel is at the Comic-Con? A Fantastic Four. Like, and Superman comes out 2 weeks before. I mean, why you're not? If Marvel could be there during the Fantastic Four, why can't you? I know Marvel could promote Fantastic Four, obviously, and they could promote. They're probably going to do the Avengers. They're probably going to Avengers cast, whatever. There, I don't know what else they'll have. Daredevil, I don't know. They don't have a lot of projects actually. Marvel right now, they just have Avengers, Doomsday, Secret Wars, Daredevil season 2, Vision. I don't know what else they have. It's actually in production. Now,
yeah, they don't have a lot.
What did the Russos mean back to back when they said they're doing Doomsday and Secret Wars? Do they mean they're doing like after Avengers?
Back to back. They're gonna do it. They're gonna film them back to back. But there's not gonna be a project in between. Like what they did with Infinity War.
So they're still planning to film the Doom Secret Wars next year.
Yeah, they're planning to film next year. Well,
I thought it meant like Infinity War Endgame. You know, they filmed those films back to.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Because so Tuesday, so Super Bowl will still be filmed next year, 2026. But that's for the filming next year. Okay. Because I thought when you meant back to back, once Doomsday's done filming, you're gonna go right into production for Secret Wars. That's what I thought they meant.
Yeah, they are. I think they are doing that. Unless
Really?
the script is not finished, that's the thing, right?
But I thought didn't they say a week ago? Didn't they say like a week ago? Secret Wars is going to they're going to start filming Secret Wars next year. Like,
Yeah,
what the
they
hell?
did.
Then how can they say back? Oh, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. This is Marvel. Marvel doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah, isn't what back to back is that? What, I'm confused. What are you talking about?
I thought once because they said Doomsday is going to finish around August, and I assume they meant September is going to be. I saw this. I assume September they're going to start filming Secret Wars. But I remember like an article a week ago say Secret Wars is scheduled to start filming in summer of 2026.
Yeah.
Not right after Doomsday. Unless
Well, I mean, Infinity War and Endgame, it started what? They started filming and Infinity War in 2017, and then 2018 they filmed the Endgame.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because what I thought they meant was after Infinity War ended, a month later they go into doing Endgame. That's what I thought.
No.
It's
It's a
bad
couple
wording if you
break.
ask me. It's bad wording.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I think they did shoot some stuff for Endgame during Infinity War, but
Yes, they did. I think they put some stuff
yeah.
in. Yeah.
About and all the creatives that are involved in them and the actors. And also, we
I
never hear
don't
from
think
any.
so.
I mean, we heard a lot from Rachel Brosnahan for some reason, but we don't hear from any of the other. I mean, I'm glad, but why don't we hear from any of the other actors who are working on Superman? It's so bizarre.
Grace, the closer we get to it, you're going to hear more people talk about it that worked on Superman. Okay? That's how it normally works. Okay? Okay? They're not doing 4 films a year, man. They're probably do. Man, they don't even have a schedule for 4 films a year. Yo, Zendaya in everything, man.
Yeah, she is in everything.
She's gonna get tired, boring really quick, man.
She's
She's
in a
tired.
ton of stuff next year.
And she's not great. She's not that great of an actress either. So I know Degrassi just
Yeah,
me,
she's okay as an actress,
Yeah.
I guess.
but she has a huge following.
Yeah.
And I guess it is true. They do pay higher based on how many followers they have. Because who was the first? Who came out with that? No, it was Maya
Yeah, it's
Hawke who came out with,
yeah.
and then somebody
Yeah.
else came out with it recently. Basically, second that, right? I forget who else. But it was Maya Hawke who opened the can of worms on that.
Right.
I mean, you shouldn't hire based on how many followers somebody had. I mean, because you see some like Instagram influencers get roles and stuff they shouldn't be in. Sorry,
Right.
it's next we're gonna see fucking like Matt Ramos soups like in a Marvel movie. Just watch.
Oh fuck no. Oh fuck no.
I can't even really pinpoint David Cornsweat's voice, and he's Superman. All right. Why is James Gunn hiding all of his talent in front of and behind the camera from press?
2 films and 2 series. That's what they're doing a year. They said they're gonna do 2 films and 2 live action series a year, and 2 animated series a year, and one cartoon movie, animated movie. 7 projects a year. So once again, if you sideways, once again, 2 films, 2 live action films, and 2 live action series a year. Two animated series and 1 cartoon animated movie. 7.
And fans for a franchise where he specifically said its greatest strength was that it was creator-driven. Where are the creators?
I hear him say that.
And I think that getting to hear from these other creatives would, I think, strengthen his position as the head of DC Studios. Because when I feel best about James Gunn heading up DC Studio and charting its future, is that it's when he puts characters first ahead of himself. And he puts together projects that look really good. Like, I've never been more excited about James Gunn heading up DC than when he put together Lanterns. I was like, wow, he's cooking. Let him cook. That's amazing. And that was the one time where I felt that he was putting the DC ahead of himself.
The
And
one time he hasn't even fucking done so many projects. Like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about?
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but do you think he had a say in canceling Monolith Games, or that was just a Warner Bros. Decision from the top?
For who? Wait, say that again?
Wonder Woman game. James Gunn
was canceled. Why? No, I don't think James Gunn canceled it. I think there's Warner Brothers.
They still own the patent for the Nemesis system for like 2027, I think. 2028.
Yeah, no, 37. Yeah, 37. Yeah.
To 37?
Yeah.
2037.
Yes.
Fuck. I really think
that's if Warner Brothers Games is still around then, because I don't think it's going to be around.
One video game a year is like that bitch is a whip petard. No.
I felt really good about it. And then that allows me to feel better about his projects in the space. I just think it works better. Like, that's what the head of a franchise is supposed to do. If Gunn is still the most interested in writing and directing, well, then he shouldn't have accepted the job as the head of DC Studios. It makes it seem like the only reason he accepted it was to hire himself. And so far, that's the main...
Hire himself?
Stupidness. He's the fucking CEO. Like, oh, fuck me.
Hey, James Gunn, you're hired. Thank you, James Gunn.
To hire himself? To hire himself.
I know he has two brothers. Hey, Degrassi, does James Gunn have a twin named James Gunn?
Stupid.
All he probably did was hire himself.
Yeah, hire himself.
Oh my god. Hire himself.
One of the main things that he's done. But again, these other projects are well put together, but they're not really on our radar because James Gunn won't let them be on our radar.
What are you talking about?
What is she talking about?
Back to Matt Reeves.
What is she talking about?
He's not just working on...
I actually noticed that when they talk about Marvel stuff, when actors and actresses talk about Marvel, you usually do like cons and stuff like that, right? Cons or being interviewed on the red carpet or stuff like that. Or when their movie is getting promoted, whatever movie is in, they'll talk about like Marvel and stuff, right? Or when a Marvel movie is coming up. Like Brad Rinderbaum has been on a press tour talking about a lot of TV Marvel stuff. Why is that? Is it because the show's coming out in a few days? Huh?
Yeah. Well, that's
like,
why.
Yeah. They okay. It's not like most like James Gunn, most creative people in this industry is when their publicist, their manager, agent sets them up. That's when they talk. That's when they come out. So most of the stuff when they talk about, if somebody talks about, if like Kyle Chandler talks about Lanterns tomorrow, it's gonna be from an interview. Okay, he's not gonna say it on social media. It's gonna be a fucking interview. Okay.
On one other DC Studios project. He's working on a ton of other projects. He's doing the most after James Gunn. And in a way, he could be to Gunn what Gunn was to Feige. Not just doing multiple projects that are very well received by the fandom, but Gunn was an advisor to Feige.
That's what he's fucking doing with Batman-related stuff. He's
on
an
and off the
advisor.
books.
He's
And,
the
you know,
creative
it seems
advisor.
like that's the role that Matt Reeves is already fulfilling. So let's make it again, as I said, official.
That's the whole point. I'm sure there are, man. I can't wait, buddy. Can't wait. So yeah, Damian Lillard. Matthew Lillard.
Lindelof.
No, Damian Lillard is a basketball player. I was gonna say Matthew Lillard is in
Oh.
Daredevil season 2.
Oh.
I
Okay.
think Gunn
Sorry.
Yeah.
wants Matt Reeves' Batman, which is why he's dragging his feet on casting his own Batman.
Oh.
But I'm not sure why he wants it. I mean, probably because of the success factor. I hope it's because
I think he has an idea who he wants to play Batman, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's already been signed, just not announced.
No, I don't think so. I don't
You don't
think
think
so.
so?
No, I
he also
disagree.
really, really
No.
loves it.
It would have gotten out already if that was the case.
That's true. This is what I want him to do. I want him to come to Comic-Con. Here's the thing. Avengers Doomsday, there's definitely going to be talk about Avengers Doomsday from Marvel. But the one thing that could possibly kill the hype of Avengers Doomsday, if they announce that DC is Batman there. Because Batman's so fucking huge, he could literally destroy MCU that one day. Just that one day. If they announce DC is Batman at Comic-Con, that'll get more talk than starting Avengers Doomsday. But I don't think it's happening. Because Gunn, I don't know. Gunn says he's not going to be there because of Superman.
But maybe also on the flip side, why doesn't Matt Reeves want to join in? Well, I think a lot of us have felt we were like, he doesn't necessarily. He wants to protect his.
The Degrassi says, "Hold up, Blyden. They might have him. DCU
They
Batman.
might have him.
I think I remember a live stream a couple days ago. Degrassi, it might be the one I did on James Gunn when you were in the chat, right? You were a couple days ago. I think he hinted at something too. Might have been that stream. It's red.
Well, if they do have someone cast, please be Theo James.
Yeah.
That's
Theo
what I want
James, not a bad
as
choice.
Batman.
Theo James, not a bad choice. Let me take a look. I didn't know he was 40. I thought he was a little bit younger.
No, he might be 30 something, late 30s.
Well, he's 40.
Oh, he is 40. Okay.
Yeah. He was Oh, wait a minute. He voiced Bastion in X-Men 97?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. His voice is very like.
I didn't know
like
that.
it doesn't match. Like you kind of forget. It's like, oh, that's the guy, right? Because I knew that he voiced Bastion.
I didn't know that.
And I'm like, Theo James, I'm like, where have I seen him for? And then I'm like, oh, he was the guy in the Diversion movies. I'm like, oh, his voice sounds so fucking different than what I would expect him to sound like. Like he has like an older voice. I can't really like describe it. It's weird.
He does have the
That's
build
why I'm
for
like, oh,
Bruce Wayne,
a Batman voice from him would be kind of interesting.
He does have the belt for Bruce Wayne too in the face too. And he is relatively known. People know who he is. He's not like.
Yeah, he's kind of like Robert Pattinson. That's what I was just saying. He's kind of in that same area where it's like all of a sudden now he's trying to like be a little bit more in like Robert Pattinson was known for Twilight, and that kind of got him a bad rap, and so he branched out.
Builds himself
and so
out, yeah.
Theo James is doing the almost the exact same thing.
A lot of people from Diversion have been successful. I mean, like Miles Teller, Zoe Kravitz. Like it hasn't really all hurt their career. I guess Theo James because like
what's her name? Not the main star though. She hasn't been in a lot
really?
of stuff. No, I haven't seen her.
I agree. I mean, she has been in some stuff. I mean, she was supposed to be Spider-Man, but she's crazy though. In real life, she's really crazy.
Oh, legit. Oh, really?
Yeah, from the stuff she's pretty into. Yeah, I haven't.
Batman corner of DC if Guns' implodes.
I mean, that series, despite how bad that series, but it had great people in it. They had a Kate Winslet.
Guns doesn't work out.
I think there was supposed to be a fourth movie, but I think they canceled it.
Yeah, they canceled it because they didn't. Yeah.
Want to go down the drain with him, right? He was like, "Oh, that was never a part of that. Leave me alone." But based on the discussion we've just had, it occurs to me that maybe Matt Reeves is also worried about what might happen to him if that creative border is torn down, that creative wall is torn down between him and Gunn. Because right now, he's in charge of his corner of DC, and he gets to speak for it. Like, remember his presentation at Fandom? He has always been really big on the red carpets for his projects, and when they did the behind the scenes after every episode of The Penguin, he was right up there talking along with the showrunner, Lauren LaFranc. He almost had more ownership of that show, press-wise than she did, which also is a bit of an issue. Maybe that's why he and James Gunn get along so well.
What do you say? What do you say? He didn't let the woman speak longer? He didn't let the woman have more time to talk?
Maybe he's worried that if he does join the Gunverse, then James Gunn will start speaking for his Batman projects instead of him being able to speak for them. I think that's a valid concern considering what else we're
Matt
seeing
Reeves
happen.
supposed to go.
But that's
Matt Reeves supposed to Commissioner Gordon, kind of. Right here.
Yeah.
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 Like he's even in DCU's Commissioner Gordon's make his hair white or something. Like by that time he should be like older, right?
Mm.
It shouldn't be happening. I really want to see Matt Reeves as the Batman join James Gunn's as Superman. And I love that the two characters have two different creators behind them. That's the way it's supposed to be. I don't want James Gunn's Superman and Batman. I like this. This is great. And I want to start hearing from these other creatives. I want to hear from Chris Mundy and Damon Lindelof's about their Green Lantern. I want to hear about Craig Gillespie's Supergirl.
You will.
That's what I want to hear.
You will. Relax.
Very exciting. If in a truly creative driven, like who is it? Is it creative Batman?
If someone who says they know the knowledge of the business, you sure don't realize. You sure, Blinded. I'm sorry. Like she says she's an expert. She thinks she's like an expert at this. She doesn't realize that you're not gonna get it all right away. It takes patience. The closer we get to it, the more it's gonna come out. Okay. Like seriously.
Yeah, it takes time. I think, I don't know, she's just like, a lot of these will be answered in time. So what, like, just relax. It just seems like she just she's kind of bored, needs content. So she's just saying all this shit.
Story reveals a physical format.
Who are around the same age simultaneously. How on earth are you going to pull that off? It seems ridiculous to me. All right, so share those thoughts down below. Subscribe today.
Let's see what her thought. Let's see what people say. I know. Simu Liu was Batman. It's actually pretty funny. Simu Liu was Batman. See that?
No, that's crazy. Oh, I think your mic went out again. Sorry.
No, I was just reading.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because I'm trying to look at the comments that are not shell comments. I'm trying to look at the comments that are making fun of her. If Daredevil be Batman, here's the thing, Daredevil. Here's Blinded. You know more about Daredevil, but I'm pretty sure Daredevil does have kind of superpowers, in a way, or Batman doesn't.
The heightened senses, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. So. It's not really. I mean, a lot of people compare it, but Batman has no heightened senses or anything like that.
No, he doesn't have that kind of advantage. In the MCU, I forget, does he even have heightened senses like he does in the comics, or is it just regular kind of like
Didn't he in She-Hulk? I remember like listening to somebody's heart. Like he's able to have
Uh,
eye and hearing too, or something like that.
well, yeah, that's part of it, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
he has high like his because he's blind, right? All of his other senses
So
are
yeah,
heightened.
yeah.
Yeah,
So well, they actually do say in real life, if you go deaf, you have
yeah, it's
heightened.
like that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what I was wondering. I'm like, is
So it's
it
not
in
really a
the
superpower
MCU? Is
then.
it
I guess it's not technically a superpower then, but in the comics and in the Marvel, they make it like more exaggerated more
right?
in real life, obviously. Simu Liu would be lucky to ever see a second Shang-Chi live action movie ever again. And people
Yeah, it
like this
seems like
movie.
he keeps saying, "Oh, it's not going to impact," and you're like, mm, I
He
don't
doesn't
think so,
know.
man. I don't think so. I don't think there's a Shang-Chi too. I think that's where he's wrong.
Surprisingly, it should have got a sequel. I mean, that actually was one of the good ones.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it did come out during like COVID and stuff, but
But
I
the word
did
of
like
mouth
the
was
movie
good.
too.
The word of
Yeah.
mouth was good for that film. But yeah, it did come out during COVID.
Oh my God, someone is Sean Diddy C.
Oh my god.
Sean Diddy C in this
Timothy
game.
Chalamet's Night Ring.
Massive dumps. God of dubs.
I like
Holy
this guy.
shit.
Tiffany Patch. Matt, what? All right, we're done with the Grace. Shang-Chi is your favorite MCU movie, really?
Mine's Guardians one.
I mine is. I don't know if I have one. Honestly, what is the best, in my opinion? Uh I don't know. Oh man, I think that's with enough of Grace. My phone just died because the battery just ran out.
Mm,
And we did go on later. We did go on later than usual. It's almost 1
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired.
I had a great time. Well, for like half an hour, it's about you.
Mm, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, thank you. Please,
I think you're breaking up. Maybe it's just me. I'm not sure. Maybe Sunday. Maybe on Sunday. Yeah, you're kind of still muffled again.
Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below.